Hello. Happy Monday, friends. How we doing? Are we ready for a weekly? How goes it? How's everyone doing? Astrock, thank you for the 19 months. My, does time fly. Seriously, dude. Hot diggity dog. That's a long time, dude. Colin, Tilster, Mo, Insomniac, Autumn, Madison, Captain, Tinley, hello. Had a good day at work. Awesome. What's up, Chris? Alex, how we doing? Painting, I'm doing well, friend. It was a long day, but it was a good day. Boots, hello, Wild West, War. Kid's sick. I'm sorry. I hope kiddo feels better. Hi, Shauna. All right, let me turn that off. Do one of those with one of these. Oh my goodness. It was a long day. Mayor. Hi, Mayor. Hey, how are you? All right, we good. We good. Lady Stark, hello. Hi, Mr. Song. How's life going? Life is good, man. Life is good. I took the kiddo to Hershey Park today for his birthday. His birthday is not until the 5th, but we did it. It was today, so we did it. We took him today. We, as in me. I took the boys and I took their friend to Hershey. Yeah. Hey, I got that shirt. Hey, I got that shirt. Hey. One of us has to change. Do you think it would improve the mimic ghost if it could mimic piece of no? Nope. The second I saw that you put that it could mimic other evidence, like dots or something, no, I think it would make it awful. Actually, I think it would be a really bad idea. Juju, thank you for the 10 months at tier 2. Dr. Point went well, totally okay. What was checked is not worrisome. Okay, good. My goodness. Ninja, thank you for the 13 months, dude. Mosley, thank you for the 5. Hi. Stream time, but I need to shower. You're fine. You're good. It's going to take us a hot second anyway to get ready. And then tonight I'm doing the weekly with break. So it should be a good time. Should be fun. Should be good. How are you feeling going to the week? I'm tired. Again, it was a long day because we were there all day. So, I mean, I drove 2 hours there basically, spent the whole day there, drove 2 hours back, and now we're here. Basically, I got home, changed, went live. Yep. Don't accidentally photograph the tarot card she holds now. Oh my God, Halogen. Listen, man, it wasn't on purpose. Okay. It was accident. Rain, thank you for the gifted. Thank you, friendo. It'd be almost impossible to figure out that. It wouldn't be impossible. It would just be annoying because you'd have to make the ghost hunt over and over and over again to know that it's not a mimic. That would be annoying. Yeah. Does a banshee have to have line of sight before it initiates its stalking ability? No. You could be all the way across the map in Sunny Meadows hiding in a room and you never had a chance to see the banshee. It could stalk all the way to you. Yeah. Luca, afternoon. Hi, friend. How are you? I'm good. Any tips on to mini golf better? Hit ball good, club hard, hole. I hope that helps. Hey, CJ, how are you? Love, hello. Hi, Ray. Jack, look at all these homies. Hi, friends. It's a great tip. I mean, first you have to try it, and then you have to tell me if it works. I'm actually drinking an energy drink tonight. I normally don't. I've cut back. I haven't had one of these in a while, but it was needed today. It was needed. Tips with Flash. That's right. Use wacky stick. Hit ball okay. Make go wee. Orange, yes. Yes. Indeed. Hi, Thunderbolt. Okay. I need to check on a thing. Demon fan, thank you for the 7 months. Hello. Energy drink tier list? Nay. It's useful knowledge. I mean, honestly, dude, I don't know. I personally feel like I haven't had enough energy drinks that I feel like I could do a tier list. Yeah. What up, guy? Crack-a-lackin'? We're chilling, man. We're chilling. We're going to get Phasmo open. We're going to do our spiel for the weekly. And then after that, we'll do the weekly. Am I doing the weekly? I always do it on Mondays. If I don't do it on a Monday, it's because of circumstance, because I can't. Like, as in, if I'm not doing it on a Monday because I'm not streaming because I'm not home, or an update happened, I don't know. Yeah. Aim low, achieve your goals. That's right. I think he said that in Dodgeball. I feel like it'd be more on brand to see you drink Ghost. I've had Ghost before. I'm not a big fan. Yeah. Hi, Copper. I'm not a big fan, man. Like, I'll give them props that the drinks taste just like the flavor that they're aiming for, but too much. It's like they have one that's the blue Sour Patch Kid. It's like you're drinking an entire bag of them. That's too much for me. It was so strong, dude. I was like, fuck, now I got to go to the dentist. Oh my God. Yes. They make energy drinks. Yes. It would be really funny to be sponsored by someone like that, though. Yeah. Dr. Mew, thank you for the biddies. If you could come up with a weekly, what would you have? If I could come up with weeklies, I would force it to where the players are put in circumstances where you can't just make it with a custom. The only way you could ever recreate it is you can't. The only way you can play that game style is to literally play the weekly. Thunderbolt, thank you for the community pool, friend. Shar, thank you for the biddies. Hi, thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you. We talked about this whenever they first released. When they first released the weeklies, I said I wish that they would have put more effort into it, where, like, oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna let her know. Out. Yeah, I know. Love you. She got my attention with a groan tube. She got my attention with a groan tube. I was just minding my own business. I just hear, oh. Anyway, what I was saying about the weeklies, I use Locked In, I think, is a really good example. They're fake, Sparkle. Shut it. The Locked In challenge, where you can't leave the house until you have discovered the ghost and finished everything you need to. Imagine if a weekly was made like that, where you literally spawn in the house and your equipment is in the house and you can't leave the house until you lock in a ghost, and it says, are you sure? Yes, you've locked in the ghost, and then you can leave and literally go hit the button in the truck. I think that would be so freaking cool. Like, recreate some of these challenges that creators and other people have created, but make them in the game. And the only way you can do it is by doing the weekly. Every weekly that exists, you can make yourself with customs. Yeah. How about Hunts? What about him? You son of a... Listen, man. Listen, I had OBS crash on me last time we streamed. Don't be hitting me with sounds and stuff. Okay? Hi, Slow. Ooh. Little Iron Lady, thank you for the 1 year. It's, oh my God. A whole year, baby. Thank you, Little Iron Lady. I have, yeah, absolute PTSD from technology. Yeah. Bastards. Absolute bastards. All right, let me open Phasmo. Let's go over our spiel, and then I'll see where Break is. See if she's getting close to ready. In the house if it hunts. Wait, what about it? I'm confused. Siren! Think of it a biddies. I'm good, Matthew. How are you? Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you. All right, make sure the game is running the way that it should. Make sure that it is proper. A hide and seek weekly where you spawn in the house with 0 sanity and have to survive a set amount of time against hyper. Yeah, things like that. Yes. I think that would just make it so much more interesting for these weeklies. But unfortunately right now anyway, it's like the weeklies and the events, all these reoccurring things are just the way that they are. And if you've played them before, they're not any different. What headset am I using? These are the Arctis 7s. The reason I have newer headphones, but I use these because they're so comfortable on my head. If you wear glasses, they don't like press super hard against the glasses on your face. So they're I love them. It's old, but they're good. I can imagine for the locked in, once you confirm you're confident, goes to circle, walk outside, the door closes, locks you out. Right. You can't, once you lock in your ghost, you can't change it. Yes. I think that'd be great. Yeah. Noob. Hi, Noob. I'm doing well, friend. How are you? I'm just doing swell. Oh, man. Got my steps in today. You bet you're right that day, boy. Woo. Hey, what's up, Hockey? How are you? Thank you guys for the level 5 hype train. What the? Favorite ride at Hershey today? Well, okay, listen. One of my little riders is one that is not he's not the bravest soul when it comes to coasters. So some he was willing to do, some he was like, ah, man, no, that's not for me. So I love, listen, I love roller coasters. And so does my wife. But he, it hits his stomach weird sometimes. So, you know, fair enough. I told him, I was like, dude, I'm here because I want you to be happy. I'm not worried about me. Yeah. Nocturnal, thank you for the subs. Copper. Thank you, guys. But I think he was honestly more, he was obviously, if he's afraid of coasters a little bit, he was a little timid. But he was also afraid that I wouldn't be happy. And I said, dude, if you're happy, I'm happy. I said, if you're having a good day, I'm having a good day. I don't care what we get on. I was like, I just want you to enjoy yourself. I don't want us to be sitting here like little bums because you don't know what to do. I was like, there's plenty of things that we can do. So when the two older boys were off doing something, me and him would go do something else. Like right across from where it was. So he enjoyed himself. He did ride a few. He loved the, what is it? The Lightning Racer. Loves it. I said, dude, I love that ride too. It's one of my faves. I love it. But personally, like I've been to Hershey a bunch of times. It's been a while since I have. I love the Great Bear. The Great Bear is smooth. It is thrilling. You hang your feet. I love it. Is that what you did today? Yes. I took my two boys and their friend to Hershey, and we were there all day. I've been to Hershey in a few years. I can't do coasters. Oh, I love them. They're so great. I have never been on Candemonium because each time I've gone, I've been with people that can't go or don't want to go. And I'm like, well, I can't leave you here. I still have yet to ride that. I have yet to ride Wildcat's Revenge. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I haven't been on before ever. Those might be it. I was there whenever Fahrenheit was first released in Hershey Park. I was there that day. And I got to be one of the first, like, I don't know how many people to ride on it. It was great. It was great. You ever been to any other amusement parks? Disney. But not like Six Flags or Kings Dominion. I've never been to those. Yeah. A fear of heights. I completely understand. I get it. I get it, dude. Yeah. Fear of heights, I'm sure, would just destroy any joy you could have from most roller coasters. Never rode. Well, Wildcat, listen, yeah, the old original Wildcat, that was like a headache in the making because of how shaky it was. Yeah. So did the chocolate company make a theme park? Hershey Park? You're wondering, oh, you're wondering if like Hershey's chocolate, if they make, yeah. Yeah, it's the same Hershey. Yeah. I have a fear of heights and still love roller coasters. Okay, so the climb you hate, but when the climb is done and it's doing the rest, you love. Okay, I get that. Some people genuinely don't know. I guess not. Yeah, yeah, it's the same Hershey. I mean, the town literally has Hershey Kisses for street lamps. Yeah, yeah, Phoenix High. Have you ever ridden the... No, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. I have a fear of falling to my death, and I love roller coasters. You know, one thing I tried to explain to him today, and I tried to just make him feel better about it. Well, at the same time, I was like, dude, I'm not going to force you to ride anything. I was like, but I want you to understand what they go through safety-wise to make sure that these things are good for you. And like, I try to remind him, like, dude, do you remember your fear of swimming, how that was before you actually tried to swim? You thought we were taking you to a public pool to drown you. And why would I do that in a public place? That just doesn't even make sense. But I said, when you got over your fear of the water and you swam, I said, how much more fun is it now that you guys swim compared to when you didn't? I was like, it's kind of like that with roller coasters. When you get over the fear and you just do it, when you finally just do it, you're going to love it. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Rafa. How are you? Macho, thank you for the 1 month. And Babe, thank you for the 13. Yeah, but it was still a great day, though. Still had a lot of fun. Wooden chocolate lamppost just melt from the light. I hate it here. Just so much. Just so much. There's two at Canada's Wonderland that are my favorite. Top Gun and the Bat. I have no idea what those are. Oh, you know what? I've been to Universal too. It's been a long time, but I did go to Universal as well. I forgot about that. Yeah. Was that Balloon Boy? I think it was. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the love early on. I appreciate it so much. Let's get the stuff and the things so that we can move on. I need to get the images that I need. And once I do that, then we'll be ready to rock. And then I'll reach out to Break and see if she's ready to go. First time I went on a roller coaster, I got whiplash. Oh no. What ride was it? Good grief. Legend. Thank you for the 1 year. Love roller. Same, dude. Love them. Love them. I also love them too. Yeah. Oh, Sophia, thank you for the 2 months. Hi. Hey, how are ya? I get whiplashes. Apparently, at some point in my life, after I went out to a chiropractor, apparently I got whiplash when I played sports in high school and I never knew about it. So that's fun. I had no idea that ever happened, but my neck was not straight. Scared of heights and spiders. All right, well, don't ride the very high spider roller coaster. I feel like you'd really hate that. I was terrified of roller coasters as a kid. My dad was so kindly to force me onto them anyway. Hey, I love them now. Hey, yo. There you go. Hey, yo. Hey, California, how are you? All right, let me focus. Let me focus. Shiny butterfly. Shiny butterfly. All right, today's weekly. What is today's weekly? Where are we at? Where are we at? Who are you? What is this place? Glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. Focus, focus, everybody, focus. Makes me sick. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. I think it's very dependent on what kind of ghosties we get today. I don't want to say easy peasy and then all of a sudden it takes us like 5 rounds to get it. That's not very easy peasy. Now is it? Now is it? I did the weekly and I hated it. See, it is up to the individual whether they like the weekly or not. So fair play, friend, fair play. All right, let me erase that. Let me go over here. I'm also fearful that I have this feeling that Discord is effing with my PC. Like that it's using a lot of resources when it doesn't need to be. So I'm trying to be careful about that. Love roller coasters. My husband's afraid of heights, so we never get to go on them. Yeah, I think that's when you need to find some friends that want to go. Yeah, finding friends that would be willing to go, and then hubby can stay back and chill. I think that's the way, man. It's been glitch. It's not just glitchy. Like, it messes with everything. Yeah. Really, really strange. All right, I have the informations. Being super weird lately, too. Like the streamer mode not working. Yes, I have to completely get rid of Discord and bring it back for the streamer mode to work. Yeah. Vivid memory of going on a roller coaster style ride with a girl I liked in high school. I ate a lot before going on the ride. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So did she like see the entire meal? Is that what we're alluding at? Alluding? Captain Fruit Loop, thank you for the 6 months, dude. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me go make sure that we're rocking over here. We are good, great, grand. Set a hotkey to enable it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea. Hey, Macho Man, love the vids. Finally caught a stream. Welcome in. How are you? All right, let's do our spiel. Because we are ready. Gravy. This week's challenge is glow in the dark. Some of our equipment has stopped working. Hopefully this will be enough for you to see. And this is at Edgefield to get our 5,000 bucks. And if we look, we have our information. We can see we get 3 evidence. It's 100% player speed, 100% go speed, random cursed possession, no flashlights, broken fuse box, and all of the equipment looks very low tier. So this should be awfully exciting. Yes, no, maybe not, maybe so. I got nothing. But here are the player settings. Here are the go settings. There's your contract. There she is. There she is. Now, I did notice though, and this is different from when I play solo, we do have tier 1 headgear, which, because I'm playing with friend, we can look for worms. I could not look for them if I was playing solo. I could not. Flybird, thank you for the 2 months. And Sinister, the weekly challenge time. Let's go. Oh, sorry. I read that like you were asking me. I'm so dumb. Chewy or crispy bacon? I'm sorry. Please explain in what world that's an important question that you already don't have the answer to. Who the hell gets a piece of bacon and says, I really hope this is chewy? Chewy? Like you're gnawing on jerky? Depends on the reason for bacon. That's fair. That's fair. If you're eating the bacon by itself, if you're maybe putting it in a sandwich, maybe if it's part of a salad. Yeah. I love floppy bacon. What the I don't like it to be so crispy that I breathe on it and it snaps in half, but I also don't want it to be like some floppy tongue. Jerky bacon is so different than floppy bacon. Listen, is this a fight? Is this a fight? No, my wife loves it super duper duper crispy, and I can't do that. That's too much. I like a nice crunch. Me too, but not too much. You know, there is a middle ground. Yeah. Now you want bacon? We'll go make bacon. In my belly. Bacon needs to be burnt like my great grandpa made it. What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? All right. Let me check. I'm you know what? I'm going to leave Discord closed on my computer and I'm going to open it up on my phone. I think that's the way. That is the way. That way, I don't have to worry about it messing with my PC. That's what I do. I think that's the way. I think it's the way to do it. One little comment about bacon. It's always some sort of food thing, Tiffany. It's literally always a food thing. I'll turn it down. Sorry. Oh, Box, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, Doc is amazing. I love them all so much. They're all so funny. Spooky Time Pizza. Spooky Time Pizza. Do you like bacon on your pizza? Thank you for the 2 months, dude. If it's chewy on a burger, it ruins the burger. Yeah, if it's too chewy. Right. Exactly. I would agree with you on that one. Bacon on pizza is so good, right? Oh my God, he's so funny. Hey, Betty, how are you? Oh, shit. I literally messaged her on Discord to ask if she's ready, and then I closed my phone. I hate it here. I hate it here. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Hold on. I want to try something. While we're waiting, I want to try something. Okay. If you guys do exclamation point drop. Yes. Yes, good. Yes. Yes, good. Yes. This is good. Hey, Shadow, how are you? Yes. It is queuing everyone for the drop. Yes. We might start trying this in the future, so that way we can get rid of 15,000 sounds. Yeah. Hey, we don't all get... I know. Look at us go. So what I'm doing right now is I did a queue drop. So that means that everyone is going to drop at the same time. Now, the problem with this is I don't remember how to make everyone drop. Am I doing marbles? No. Does this look like marbles? So we're all just going to sit here? No, no, no. I just forget what the command is. Hold on. I got it. 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 You son of a bitch. I hate your face. MD, thank you so much for the 4 months. You son of a bitch. Where is it? Okay. That's the thing. Okay. Queue drop. Ah, I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. Okay, mods. If we ever want to do this, because I think even mods can do this. Is it not a button on the deck? No, no, no. No, it's not. No, because I've never done the queue drop before. Because I wanted to just do a little test. So it would be queue drop, and then whenever I want to start it, it would be start drop. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh my God! It worked! Holy shit! Okay, I kind of like that. I don't know. I kind of like it. Oh, you almost sniped that. I saw that. But the cool thing about doing that is that a normal drop is not up, so you can't just add yourself later on. I like it. You just won like you won like extra credit points for that. It was just a test. It was just a test. So thank you for participating. I appreciate it. It was a great stream, guys. Thank you so much. No, we're fine. All right. Break said that she is ready. Oh, I understand. Oh, I understand. I understand what she's saying. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Base Chief, thank you for the 5 months. Pinkish, thank you for that too. Thank you for the Chaos Biddy for your loop in the middle of that. I don't know if it actually is helpful or not. I'm not too sure. But I kind of like the Q drop. I know that someone had mentioned that Hydra does that. And I think I might start. Callie, thank you for the 6 months. My left AirPod, thank you for the 3. Oh, my Lanta. Combo level 1 achieved. What? Wait. Oh, wait. Are those on my channel right now? Hey, Squishy Goose, what up, dude? Hi, Ella. Hello. What is that? It's a thing that Twitch is testing.
Like there are others out there in need of help.
The new bit combo thing. Yeah. I don't know what it shows up as. I randomly just saw it. Welcome to Twitch Talk. Oh my God. Thank you for the freaking combo level 2 with you. I don't know what it all means. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's very, very TikTok-y. Yeah. You can change the settings after someone starts the queue drop. Wait. That after someone starts the queue drop, it counts down. Ooh, really? And drop automatically. So you don't need to enter. Oh, Flybird. Oh, is that listed somewhere in the documents or anything like that? I would love that. That's wonderful. I love that. I started with this dino emoji at the start of stream. It's cool. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I knew it existed on Twitch. Should be able to join on me. Okay. Okay. Level 3. Is that all from tapping? Normally in the settings of the plugin. Okay. I'll have to check it after. Flybird. Thank you for letting me know. That's great. A timed one for like a minute is fantastic. That's wonderful. Let's pause it. Let's pause it. Dang, dude. Level 1, dude. Dang.
Yeah, I'm new.
Wow. Welcome to Phasmo.
It's my first day on the show.
Welcome. Let's show you around. Here are all the places that you can go. Here is the screen that no one still really knows how to use. And this is all the equipment. The only thing you need to know.
Ooh.
I panicked. I don't is that we're never gonna know what's in these cases.
What?
That's all.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay. I was like, the one thing you really need to know, and then just.
I was gonna leave.
Okay.
I was literally just gonna leave the lobby, but I was like, wait, I'm the host. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Oh no, I can't do it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me change this stuff and we'll do the things. And it's at Edgy Field too, which is nice. Listen, if it's going to be at any map, I'm glad it's at Edgefield. Who are we playing with? Break.
This is true. I can fumble my way around in the dark. So.
I can, at least for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Ride or die. You ready? Okay, let's go. She didn't say anything. There was no verbal confirmation. I was ready. Okay. Yep, immediately go to the monitor. I like it.
Should I be worried about this talk of violence? I mean, I'm just a level 1. I don't
No,
know.
I think you're fine. It looks like they left in a hurry. So.
Oh, okay.
Wait, were they talking about the ghost?
As long as they're gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well. All right. Well, it looks like maybe
Got so much stuff.
maybe we both go glow sticks so we can actually see what we're doing.
That sounds like a nice idea.
We don't have much other light source than that, I guess.
Some amount of light, I suppose.
You know what?
Love
Before
they
I
gave
do
us
that,
matchsticks. This is great.
I'm going sound sensor
Oh.
strat. I'm doing it.
Okay. I believe in you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and these are helpful. Oh yeah, these are helpful today.
So we do start with Danny. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch you get early hunted by a demon from the
Damn, that's not very kind. I'm using the walls. I don't hear anything. Okay, we're good. We're good. There's also a random cursed possession, so I don't know what that is yet. We'll have to find it. No monkey paw, though. Oh. No mirror. Ooh. Dude, listen. Every single time that I try to put down sound sensors, the ghost shows where it is.
The ghost just decides to show up.
I swear to God. It
I mean,
it
I'm
just
no
ran the
expert,
sink in the
but-
kitchen
Because
kitchen.
I'm just like a level 1, but that kind of looks like EMF 5 to me.
Maybe that does a little bit look like EMF 5.
Yeah, kind of, huh?
Yeah, you hear that in there? Taking a leak.
Wow.
I brought you murder.
All right, well, kitchen ghost, huh?
Kitchen-ish. We just have to figure out exactly where it is. Yeah.
Kitchen.
Oh, you know what? Hey, do you want to go check? Go. We could do Orby check.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hang mine up to dry. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love the tier 1 headgear view. I love this view. It's so great. Oh, it poopied in the sink. Ugh. Looking for some chalky milk?
Oh, I found some. Do you see any orbs?
I do not. Do you want to check the laundry just in case?
Yeah, I would love to.
I love this view. It's so great. I'm not seeing any orbs in those areas. I'll bring a thermometer in there.
I would say laundry is correct because I do see my breath in here.
Aha. Okay. Got breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, temp's going down, of course. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you far? Are you close? Where are you? I don't think we had motion sensors, right? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Where are you?
Seeing a whole lot of things that look like EMF 5. That is.
We have no UV. Ooh, it's very close to freezing.
Okay.
Ye old dot pen. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Nah, no steppies, no footsie doodles. Hunter, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome in. No stepsy doodles. No.
We definitely have dots.
What the hell, dude?
And it just tried to turn on the light and it gave us an EMF 5.
Did you see those? Well, you had to. Okay, so it's an Oni. Why don't you go ahead and let me know you had freezing temps?
Wait. Yeah, probably. How did you know? Excuse me. Teach me your ways.
Listen. We have EMF. Hold on. Where?
Level 1. I need
Where are
to
you?
know these things.
Where are you, level 1? Where are you?
Right here.
Okay. So, listen. Hear me out. We have
Yeah.
EMF 5 and we have dots.
Yeah.
We do not have orbs. It walked in the
Okay.
salt. You saw the
Sure.
dots in person.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I got there.
You know, the road. Sometimes the roads we travel are longer than others. You know.
It's Monday. Give me
Out
a
of
break,
principle,
man.
though, I would like a dot photo.
Yeah, fair enough.
Out of principle.
How
Wait, what
how
the shit?
An event photo.
That was a nothing photo. Wait. Oh God, that might be a 1 star. Yeah, that's a 1 star. I got a sweet photo of you, and I also got a 1 star because it evented in the other room. All right,
mean,
so
as
about
long
that
as we have
road being
lights, right?
traveled.
Yeah, it was a long one, wasn't it?
God dang it! Why was it over there?
I don't know. It was doing dots like crazy in the laundry room when I was here by myself. Maybe it just likes being better.
All right, I'll pretend like I'm leaving. All right, I'm heading out. Thud, 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 thud. All right, I'm not in there. Is there any ghost in there? Shit,
No,
here.
nothing.
You can see me.
Can't see you. It's so dark.
Fine, F this. I'm effing the shoes and getting out of here.
Wait.
F these shoes. You want to F that last shoe? I left one shoe for you to F if you want.
A whole shoe just for me?
Yep. Cheese pizza just for me. Hi, Glay. Isn't selling it very well. I'm gonna get the photo. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Oh, did I get it? Yeah, let's go. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Easy way out. Let's go. Let's go.
Were we waiting for these shoes to be
Let's go.
I mean, I'm just a level 1. I'm not sure what's happening here, so I'm gonna get skedaddle because I'm a little
Wait,
scared.
I'm gonna bring you a shoe. Ew, a child. Oh, it's like a little shoe rack. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Land, damn it. It's not gonna work. I left the noob alone. I did. Look, she's.
Does this question mark mean you're okay?
It just means I'm questioning life. Nice photo. Thank you. I thought it was too. I did what I came there to do.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
You know what? I got the photo.
Yeah.
I heard that. I thought it was an event, but I heard the front door shut.
Apparently.
Yeah, it didn't go so hot.
I mean, you did great. You got that sweet photo.
Thank
and,
you.
Your status was a question mark, so I hear it's a 50-50 if you were okay. I chose to believe that you were fine.
I was
but left
questioning
without
life.
you anyway.
I was questioning life.
Yeah, you were like,
Giving.
what is this?
I was giving
What
it a
is the
ponder
meaning?
in the yard. But
What
okay.
is the meaning of life?
What is the
after
meaning
all?
of life? Says the man who is dead. All right, round 2. That was easy. Let's get it. Oh my goodness. Whatever these likes, these things are happening, I appreciate it. I don't know exactly what it is, how it is, what it do.
To report, but it looks like whoever was here left in a hurry.
All right, who left in a hurry? Sophie? Yeah, I bet she did. All right, Sophie, we're going to do this again. Putting sound sensors down. These are going to be useful, damn it. I swears. I'm going to do this, and it's going to reveal itself on the 2nd floor. Place your bets. Place your bets. Ooh, still nothing. Okay. It's a new Twitch thing in beta. Okay. All right.
Well,
I didn't hear that first thing, so I think it was out of range.
I didn't hear it either. Yeah.
Do something, ghost. Come on. One little ting. It's upstairs hallway, I think. That looks like
Is
a
that
5.
another EMF 5?
I think it looks like it, doesn't it? Well, can I get there in time? I doubt it. I'm gonna try.
Probably not.
Your confidence is just staggering.
I mean, I believe in you.
I almost got here and turned the shower on.
It's washing off your presence
Ooh,
already.
I saw my breath. Saw my breath.
In here?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Okay. Brought us
Okay.
some salt.
It wants to bathe. It does want to bathe. Alex, thank you for the follow, man. So right now we're thinking EMF 5 because no one was in the building and it did that. So we're going to go with it for now. We need spirit box. Is your headgear on?
No. Hold on. Yes.
It is. It is.
It just turned on the sink in the other room, and I'm seeing my breath in the hallway.
Oh no. Well, you do know it's snowing outside, right?
Oh, yeah, fair enough, okay.
Yeah, so that means technically that bathroom might not even be the room. It might be the hallway.
See, I saw the snow and then I immediately forgot upon upon entering the house. This is why, like, I have a friend because I'm a level 1.
Can you look down the hallway?
Yeah.
So many snorbs.
It's doing stuff.
Doing stuff in the bathroom?
Touch the bathroom door. Turn on the light switch in the nursery.
Interesting. Where do we think this stinky is? Wait.
Right there, apparently.
Hold on. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh, it was here. Oh, spirit box.
Ooh, spirit box.
Okay.
Nice.
Sold.
Nice. Okay. I'm not confident about where it is, you know? I'm thinking hallway just because
Spirit
it's
Wraith
doing
twins?
stuff all over the place.
Okay. Spirit Wraith twins. So that means... Dots, writing, freezing. Okay. Dots, writing, freezing. We have all 3 of those things. I'm going to bring these in. Trying to save our lives. Twin? I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sure.
Make up your mind.
All right. I brought a thermometer in here.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the truck and grab some salt. Salt, yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. Baby steps. Grab this. Grab this. Grab this. This. Okay. Back upstairs we go. Bye, Ella. Have a good one. All right. Where's it moving? I heard that. Where was that? No, 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 no.
All right, well.
What switch did it hit?
When? Just now?
I swear I heard one. I thought I did. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to put the salt down.
Earlier.
I just don't know where it's
I
walking.
put salt in the bathroom.
You did already?
Like a silly person.
Oh.
Yeah. Flash, I think technically it's in the nursery.
Really?
Yeah, it's getting awful cold in here. Like it's freezing in here.
Is it actual freezing?
Actual freezing.
Twins?
Which might explain why it's all over the place.
Uh-huh.
It feels like it's all over the place.
Have we confirmed EMF 5? You
I
son
have
of a...
not. Yep, confirmed. Oh, yeah,
Go on. All right, what's the curse object?
I don't know.
Oh my
I
god.
tried to find it last time. Not
No Frank? It's not the paw either. I feel like we're really neglecting it if we haven't, you know, used the curse object yet.
I mean, what fun are we really even having on the weekly?
That's what I'm...
Flash.
Was it the mirror? Was it... Oh, no. It's those? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Game on.
Oh dear, I'm gonna die. Hey, look.
She's
Found you
here.
something.
She wants to play.
I found you, Grandma, and I
Oh
found
my
you
God.
a bone.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay,
right.
well, I'm
You're up,
prepared
Slugger.
to pull a hangman. This will be... Hey, I got my Sandy back.
Hey, yo.
We're fine. We're fine.
Hey,
I just got
tower
lost
full.
face. I'm
Useless.
Not gonna pull a hangman today.
No, you're fine.
No, that was a death card, though.
Brandy, she's here. Frank, look out. Frank, careful. Oh, she fell down. All right, I'm gonna try to bring you back. Delicious. Oh, thank you guys, Flybird. That's not thinking about the babies. You're not stopping me from effing the shoes, Grandma. Not today, lady. Not today. That's right. She thought. She tried.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey, hey, how are you? Not today.
Welcome back.
You see that? She tried to stop me from effing the shoes.
Now we'll never know if there was a hangman card
Crazy
in that
old
deck.
bat.
Darn.
No, we tried. Oh, well.
Hey, look, I'm level 3 now.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness
rocking the world.
gracious. Look at you, like a party animal.
No.
They're so expansive.
Going to town.
All right. Last one. Let's do it. Hey, Nixie, welcome back. I assume that the temp's okay. I mean that the stuff is the same.
Oh.
Hey, but it's Margaret though.
But it's Margaret though.
All right, I'm not doing sound
I hope
sensors
it's
this time.
Pam.
Not this time.
Yeah.
What do I want to
Okay.
do?
What you doing?
I'm doing
What does a level 70 whatever you are do?
what they do is they take a photo camera, a UV, and a dot and get everything they need.
Because it's gonna be a phantom.
You don't even know. Well, crap.
Okay. Oh shit. Well, do we just pull him now or?
I mean, maybe not yet. We don't even know where the ghost room is. All right.
Oh, fair.
We'll pull him. I swear. To try again. That's right. Nessa, thank you so much. Tim, thank you for the follow, man. Ghost. Hello. Nothing. Don't be in the basement, please. Is it up here? Hello?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard.
I haven't heard anything either. Hello?
I could walk around with my thermometer, but I don't really want to. Oh, did I just hear a thing?
I didn't hear a thing.
It's so dark. You didn't hear anything? Okay, it's just me losing it. That's fine.
That's okay. I think we've all lost it at some point or another.
A few dozen times. That's fine.
Ghost, are you gonna... Ghost? It's not making any sound at all. Makes me want to pull a card. Anything at all?
I haven't heard anything.
What the Ghost, please. I'm gonna put these dots down here just for life. Just because.
Okay, yeah, just for like
Yeah,
so
maybe
I have a
we'll
reference
antagonize it.
point.
It's like, oh, I hate dots.
yeah, man. those
Oh,
dots
this
are
pattern's the
awful.
worst. Oh, I like stripes. Possibly upstairs in the kids' bedroom. No, not the nursery.
Oh, one of the other rooms?
I thought I heard something muffled get moved.
Yeah. In here.
Oh, was it in here? Oh,
It's
look, it F
getting
the shoe.
Oh, it did.
Yes, sir.
Thought I heard it throw something.
I heard it. I heard it. I'm gonna put that down and go get my dots. I knew I heard it. Definitely a shade. At this point, probably. Billy. Thank you so much. Ghosty. Why don't you go ahead and show up so I can take a photo so you can disappear so we know it's a phantom and we can leave. Manib, hello. What difficulty? It's the weekly challenge. Glow in the dark. This is going to be a shade, isn't it?
Where are you?
EMF writing
near?
freezing.
Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you near? Are you far? Are you old? Well, we could check for orbs.
Oh, yeah. All right, hold on one sec.
Okay.
When did I start streaming? Like an hour ago. I am not seeing any orbs. The tier 1 headgear has been useless for our weekly so far.
That's so fun. No UV. It touched the door and nothing.
Well, fiddlesticks. Huh. She wasn't getting spirit box either. At least you know. Okay, yeah, that's true. I probably could cancel out orbs. That's a very fair point. You know, it's not completely worthless because now we know we don't have orbs.
Yeah.
As long as it's in this room.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's nice to be able to knock things off the list.
Yeah. But it's not doing anything.
It threw one thing and it touched a door. So, yeah.
You did
very
get that
little.
at least. That's true.
Yeah.
And the temps are definitely going up at least a little bit in the hallway compared to in here.
Yeah, and I see your breath, so...
See the breath. Let me try one time. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry?
gotta give us something,
Are you a butthole?
dude. Definitely a butthole.
Definitely a butthole.
What's its name?
Come
Oh,
on.
Roger. Yeah, that makes sense.
California, thank you for the gifted sub. And Sailor, thank you for the 7. Hello.
Okay. Hear me out.
Go ahead. Oh, you son of a bitch. I just got a 2-star interaction photo from a light burst.
I was gonna say, what if it's Goreo Tots?
I was... Son of a bitch.
Then it decided to do that.
I hate it here.
I also hate it here.
It evented in here with us. If it was standing in here, I mean, that removes that jerk face. So then it's like, well, what is it now?
Can't be a Goreo because I crossed off UV and orbs. What is it?
Yeah, you didn't have UV
maybe-
and you didn't have
it's
orbs.
Salt, just for the hell of it.
Okay. It's not giving us anything. Literally nothing. If it's a shade, it's going to give us EMF ghost writing freezing. So where's the freezing? Where? EMF 5 in the hallway?
Wait, seriously?
I just got EMF 5 out
Paint
here.
your face, ghost. What the hell? Why?
Oh, ghost fat.
So do I put this?
Oh.
Oh, that's you. Do I put this in the
I'm
hallway?
Dots. I'm Dots.
You-
Oh.
you confused me. Sorry.
The temps are going up here. Why? What's going on? Now it's going down. Oh my God. Is it like... Oh, it's over here. Is it being a stalker? All right, you won't do the photo thing again. You won't do it. Nerd. Okay, thank you for the sub. Are you everywhere because of this? But we're not getting spirit box. Oh, it's steppied over here. Heard that. Where's the writing book? Give me the writing book.
Okay, so not a wraith. So that's good, right?
Yeah. Good. Sure. But it walked in the salt. I'm so confused by this ghost. How do you know if you have ghost orbs? We have tier 1 headgear, so we can actually check. You know what? Do a scan of the hallway. Oh, and it did a ghost fart. Oh, you're right. Touche. Down the long hallway. To your left. There you go. Look up a little bit. To your right. Now crouch. Now uncrouch. Slide to the left.
Am I doing like the hokey pokey or?
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
I'm not sure how to do that. I'm only level 3. You're gonna have to teach me.
Damn it. Freaking noobs. All right. Then just give me just cha-cha real smooth. I'll be right there in a second.
I'm assuming you're not seeing any orbs.
I'm not seeing any orbs.
Okay. How was my cha-cha? Was
Hi,
it
Nix.
good?
It was wonderful. You just slid back to the left. I think the cha-cha, I think for this would just be just going in a circle. I like a do da cha-cha. These amateurs, I swear, dude.
Yeah, I feel
It's-
like it definitely moved because I don't.
It's like 2 or 3 degrees out here. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
close.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Are you? Are you near? Are you close?
Right
Are you
egg.
near? Are you far? Are you old?
Oh my
Are you
god. Is this a
friendly?
spirit?
Oh no. Is that why you suck so hard, Margaret?
But you're not getting spirit box though. So you should be getting spirit box
Yeah,
if it
but
is.
Tier 1 spirit box. You do realize that's my least favorite tier 1.
Yeah, it's not great.
Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you old? Are you young? Are you far?
I turned the shower on.
Are you friendly? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Ghost? Okay, so if it's not spirit box and not a spirit, then it would be a shade. And
But we would have freezing.
Oh god.
E. Min. Smudge. We need to smudge it. All right, do one more check for evidence, and then we're gonna smudge it. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you
We
here?
have 0, Sandy, and that's the
Where
first
are
thing
you?
the ghost has tried to hunt.
Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Bro. You suck many butts. is not giving the freezing. Spawn in the bathroom again. Gonna smooge it.
Okay.
Get smooched on. How many evidence do you get for the weekly? You get all 3. But if it's a shade, why? It's venting in the room with us. It's doing things in the room with us. These past couple times, though, it has hunted from the bathroom, which is really suspicious. Right now, I'd say shade 2. Okay. I have a timer going, so I'm just going to get another smudge and go back in. G21 Cross, thank you for the 4 months, man. Thank you. Do I need any of this crap? No, not really.
In the bathroom now.
Motherfucker. Wow, dude.
Okay, I put a cruisy in here.
We said no ultraviolet. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Look inside of that bathroom real fast. Back up a little bit. Okay, it could hunt in 5 seconds. But no orbs.
Okay, so your plan is just to watch me die from the truck?
No, I warned you. I gave you a 5-second heads up. 90 seconds are up and it's not hunting yet.
No, sir. It might have moved back to the hallway. I hate this ghost.
Where are you?
Paying mind about where you
Are you here?
Oh, no,
Where are
never
you?
mind, it is getting colder.
Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Talk to break.
Yeah, talk to me, Margaret.
Is there another spirit box? I'm gonna go get the other one too. You know what? We're spirit boxing.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Are you near?
Are you here?
Are you far?
Are you near?
Where are you?
Are you close?
Are you here?
Are you angry?
Are you gonna
What's
get
that
me
smell?
freezing?
Why are you so angry?
Close.
What happened to Beth's calculator?
Margaret, why are you
Where
so
are you?
far?
Are you here?
Yes.
Are you near?
Is it Flash's fault?
Is it Break's fault?
No. Oh, it really was.
That's not a question on the spirit box. You can't say that.
But
Listen, if you die to the ghost first, you lose. You know that, right?
I finally got freezing.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You lie straight out your butt. Where?
No, no, in the bathroom, right? There you go. Check it for yourself. It's a fucking shade.
I do not have freezing here.
Just give it a second. Or 25.
Oh, hey, it's freezing.
Stop, ghost.
Jesus. God, oh my God. Oh wait, we have toys, don't we? Let me get the other glow stick. Here. Oh my God. Liz, hello. Galaxy Quest, yes. Yes, absolutely. All right. My wire team ready.
Right.
You got this. Easy peasy.
You want me to pull them?
The first one. So I can get the ghost photo.
I
It's
pulled
hunting.
one. It was a tower card.
By the way, we have freezing. This is an effing shade. By the way. Fun fact of the day. Okay, we're safe.
Well, that was fun. Okay.
It's fine.
I
Camino,
pulled one.
hello.
It was a tower card, so.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right, my turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh, I got the High Priestess.
But seriously?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, goes fat. I think it was the music. I think if you sing to them, they grant you wishes. Watch, I'll show you. Oh. She not coming down here? Oh, I missed the shot. Oh shit, I missed the shot. Gotcha! I got her! I'm gonna go to the shoes, I'm going 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 to the shoes. Oh, wait, my body. Well, okay. She'll see me for like a second. It'll be fine. What a turd. Haha! Got her though. Oh. Oh, wait, my smudge. Hold on. Man, this is vibrant. Holy hell.
You're really muffled, though.
Okay, hold on. There's a fork. Where's my smooge? Oh, there it is. Okay, how about now? Better? Oh, what the dickens?
Someone said you died doing what you love.
F in the show. God, she's feisty.
So mean. I can't see. How do I get out of here?
This way. Follow the
there it
steak. Follow the steak.
I got lost.
All right.
Okay, cards.
I don't know what'd you do with them. Where'd they go?
I got him.
All
I
right.
got him.
All right.
Hermit.
If I get a hangman,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
only
really
four
upset.
Hangman cards.
If I get one, I'm gonna be mad. I almost pulled a second High Priestess. I swear to God, it was a full card.
Oh my god. High Priestess Fool? Are you shitting
Oh
me?
my
No.
God, dude. Hold on.
No,
Okay.
that's so mean.
Tower. Gross.
That's so close. Another double.
My mouth was open, dude. Jesus.
Yeah.
Moon card.
Oh boy. And a sun. Okay.
Woof.
Well, that was last.
Woof, woof.
Hey, you got a High Priestess.
I
so
did.
there's something in
I
there.
did. And
Yeah.
because of that High Priestess, I got
Okay,
the ghost
fun.
photo.
Aw, I didn't even see it. Let's see.
Yeah,
How does it
look at her.
Oh, what a lovely shot of her feet.
Okay, for me, it's perfect. It's like perfectly framed. Whatever, man.
I mean, her feet are perfectly framed.
Okay.
It's
Well, you can
beautiful.
sell it if you want to. All right.
Yeah.
got shade?
ghost feet. Yes.
All right. But hey, it came in handy. She needs her feed pics. I don't judge her sometimes. Devastator, Kane, thank you guys for the resubs. Agent Risk.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready.
That was one stinky, stinky shade.
It sure was.
We were getting evented
Oh my
on in the
God.
rooms we were in. It seemed like it was being
Look at all-
super active. I hate it here.
Look at all the levels I just got.
Wait, what level are you now? Oh my Lanta.
11. I know.
That's
I'm
like
in Weapon
100.
World. Yeah.
No.
I started as level 1, so
That's true. Fair enough.
10 levels with one weekly. That's not bad.
I just never, I don't know. The timing is just never right for me to prestige while the weekly's about to happen. It just never happens.
I kind of waited a really long time to prestige. I was level 155 or something.
Roger that.
It was really bad. I was like, I don't want to do it now. I've waited so long, but if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it.
Fair play. Well, do you want to continue playing games?
I would love to.
Okay. What would you like to do, friend?
That I have not thought about.
Well, you know what? We're going to start on
Did
a
you-
nice, sweet professional.
Ah.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. It just feels right.
Okay. Yeah.
Making sure I've upgraded everything I can. I will add all my stuff. I will add all my, there we go. OnlyFans. Cool. All right. So professional. I chose the mode. That means you have to choose the map.
Oh no. Okay.
Indecisive.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I can't believe you're making me choose.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Well, I mean, do you want to start off small, like nice and cozy, or should we just dive right in for like something a little spicier? Or
Okay, that entire thing is just a walking. That's what she said. You were like, you literally were just moving it. Anyway, I'm cool with starting with like a smaller map or like, you know.
I feel like the problem is not the words that I am saying. I feel like the problem
Is it?
is
Is it?
you.
Is it me?
I feel like
Is it really
the
me?
problem is the way you take the things that I say out of context. Yes.
I don't know. I did hear about you and pineapples, so I'm not sold that that's an us problem. Exile, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I was told that Camp Woodwind's your favorite though, if you want to go there.
There's a whole bunch of liars around
Oh, okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
that are like begging to be banned or something. I'm not sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, Shauna. She just attack.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and
So
prepare
quiet.
for
Oh my God.
starting the investigation.
Come on, give us orbs.
Whoever
You know
was
you
here
want to.
must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object.
Do it.
Investigate it, but be careful. We
It's
don't
not
know
gonna do
what
it.
it's for.
It's not going to do it. I haven't had Sunny Meadows orbs in a long time.
Really?
No, it's been a while, man.
I think it's actually been a while for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll just pick a direction and go.
You've got tier 3 parabolics. So
I
that's
do.
nice.
I know. What an upgrade. All right. I've got thermo
Really,
and
I'm
a para.
really glad that we don't have my gear. 'Cause that would be.
I'll be there 1 second
That'd
though.
be some fun.
Okay. I need to change my title because we're not doing the weekly anymore. Monday, Phasmo. And then we'll add.
Oh wait,
right-
we're on professional. If you want to take a peek when you have a chance at where the power is.
Oh yeah. There we go. Roger that. It is all the way back in the kitchen.
Nice. We have a mirror, sir.
Well. Hold on. Wait. Don't peek yet. Don't peek yet.
No, I'm gonna go grab the power.
All right. What the fuck? Maybe I'll hear the ghosty before that even happens. No, maybe not.
About the whole kitchen thing.
What about it?
There's a sink on.
Get the French out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good talk.
I don't think I can carry an entire fridge out of this map on my own, but I will try.
I mean, I say go for it. I'm always too stressed to do this map full with only 2. I mean, that's fair, but if you only play so much, Restoni, I mean, if you only play so much, it's a lot to take in, especially a map that is this size. It's a really large map. But welcome in. How are you? All right, I'll start dragging equipment back there. But I don't know. I love Sunny Meadows. Sunny Meadows is a really great map. Yeah, Christopher, welcome in. How's it going? Sunny Meadows is gorgeous. Thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love this map in brownstone.
The second photo, but the third photo, solid.
Oh, well, at least you got it though. Ayo. The fact that you like high school is crazy. I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. I can't do it. If I'm playing with a full team of 4, then I don't care where we go. I don't care if it's at high school, prison, Sunny Meadow, you name it. I don't care. Because at that point, it's fun, you know? When you're playing with 4 people, it's a blast. All right. Is it, has it been super active back here?
It's thrown a couple things in this room.
Well, it evented on you.
I'm just guessing it's in here. Because that's where the sink was on. And that's where it's thrown some stuff. But it
Sink
vented
is on.
out in the other room.
It's all on the street.
So weird for you to do that.
You just had to make it a musical. That's what it wanted. The sink is on. Stop it. Okay, I'm done singing. Stop. Get this out of here. Put that over there. Do one of these right here. Put one of those over there.
No chalky milk. Why are people...
I don't know. It's really gross. It's like doing an Onryo test in the cruciburns. Except you're singing about sinks. Okay, why can't I place it? Whatever. Okay. Do you have camera? Oh, I have it that side. I want to get back this way. We'll put it over here. That's fine. Hey, Captain, what up? Sorry just now. Don't apologize for when you get here. I appreciate you stopping in, dude. Hi, Mrs. B. Anything?
I was just headed back to get more stuff.
This game is at its best with... well, never mind. It can't be a mare. But it did flip the switch. This is so creepy. I do love this.
Just wanted to shed some light
At its
on the
best with 4
situation.
people, but is it the best 4-person multiplayer game? It's going to be in the conversation at least. Oh, absolutely. I think you're right. Wasn't this just interesting? EMF freezing dots. Is this an Oni? Is this an Oni? Dino explosion. I'm still trying to understand the taps and the stuffs and the things. Thank you guys. As for best for,
This ghost really likes you?
I'm getting a sneaky. This might be an Oni. I don't know. That's another full manifestation.
Hey, that was 2 pretty quick events, felt like.
I think it's definitely in the top for, I mean, but I think it's also depending on what type of games you like, right? Like if you're not a big horror fan, I'm sure this is not up there for you because it's not something you'd want to play over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Oh, Matthew, thank you so much, man. You prefer Ghost Watchers for multiplayer gameplay. See, everyone is going to have a different palette for when it comes to the games that they want to play. Some people I know love playing Forewarned way more than they would ever love Phasmo. Hey, can you turn off the light in the ghost room? Thanks.
I sure can when I get there. Give me just a minute.
Well, I done there. Appreciate it. Yes, I do. Not a big horror gamer, but I love Phas.
You gonna become a cowboy here soon?
We might have had dots. That was really tough to tell with the lights on. So we'll see again. Do you think that the objectives will change with the new update this month? I don't know. That's a really fantastic question. I really hope so. Because it would only make sense for it to come Did you see dots? I thought I saw them. It only makes sense for it to come with the update later this month, because when they're adding sound recorder and they're adding other stuff like that, giving us more objectives to go towards those things, I think is a really smart play, because it then makes the player try different stuff. Make it so that we have to get, oh God, game. Make it so that we have to get something with the sound sensor for an objective. It will force players to use them.
I touched a door somewhere not in this room.
Very interesting. Imagine using equipment. It gives you an incentive, right? Right, and it encourages you to try different things.
I think this ghost is just a fan of Flash, so
No.
really not
No.
doing anything with me in here, but it evented more than once on you.
I'm telling you right now, it is a fan of musical theater. You need to go into that room, give it a song, and it will deliver on whatever you're asking for. If you could do the song over the walkie, I would appreciate it, so we feel like we as an audience can also participate.
What song does it?
Um,
I'm not sure.
Might you try? Do you have a thermometer in there by chance?
No, I don't think there is.
Okay. Why don't you do a dots song? You think she's doing it? Wouldn't be musical theater without an audience. Here we are. It's like watching a silent movie, though, because we can't hear anything. To chimney. Do you think that they'll ever work on new ghost types? Probably eventually, but not for a long time, in my opinion. As a guess. I don't know. I could bring more dots. You sang the song, right?
We listened to it. It was the one from Lion King, and it went something like, Sonia, there's a bunch of nonsense words. Was that
Not
good?
sure
That
I'm
was good, right?
not sure I'm familiar with that Lion King song.
Or Tika suggested Akuna Matata.
Oh, Akuna Matata's. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm just a little lost as to like.
Okay. All right. Hamilton. Rarther, thank you for the raid. What up, dude? Christina, thank you for the follow. What up? How's it going? All right, I'm gonna bring you stuff and things, okay?
Okay. I'm just in here singing to the ghost.
I'm gonna take our word for it. I shot the sheriff. But I did not shoot the ghosty. Just got APOC 1. Let's go. Heck yeah. When are you trying APOC 2? Oh gosh. I'm risking it for the biscuit. All right, I'm bringing a thermometer. You had a Hantu in the waiting room? Oh, that is glorious RNG. Having it so close and being a ghost with such recognizable footsteps at 150. Tomorrow, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go. Arthur, thank you so much, man. And GG's. Hey, tell it not to hunt me, okay? Why'd you stop? She got real quiet. Jesus, dude. Where are you? You bastard. It's not an Odie.
Oh, see, I told you it likes you.
Hey, it's I don't know how to tell you about this, but it might be the twins. I'll see you later, okay? You guys have a great time.
singing at songs from The Lion King. Just
What
for
song
you,
were you?
and
What? Yeah, I walked in and I was hoping to still hear the singing, but you went real quiet.
Listen.
What song were you singing next?
Look, I don't.
You don't what?
So here's the thing.
Go on.
You did theater, right?
I did. I did.
Yeah. You put me on a stage in front of people, and I'm just gonna shake like a leaf and die on. Yeah.
I don't know. That was a really, really great rendition of Ghosty's Here to Kill Me. I thought you did great.
Oh my God.
What song from Lion King would be good inspiration right now?
Well, we started to sing. What was it? We started.
Akuna Matatas. Go on.
Yeah, and then we sang Circle of Life, and then I was like, no, actually, that seems like a really bad choice because I don't want to die right now. I don't want the ghost to teach me about the Circle of Life, so that we stopped singing. Yeah.
Circle of Life. What a great song for right now.
The Circle of Life, and then I was like, ooh, now that I said that,
That's like tough talking to a dead guy. That's.
There's so many choices. Lion King is a winner.
Be pretty bad. Such a great movie. The Lions Sleep Tonight. That is not. I guess it technically is a part of it. I guess they do sing that, don't they? That's fair. Poor guy thinks we're making fun of him.
Now that I've been thoroughly embarrassed tonight, this was fun.
What do you mean? What do you mean you've been embarrassed? What happened?
Oh my God. I think I just, it's the realization of how many people are listening to me act like an idiot.
Listen, I act like an idiot every day. Well, there's no difference here. It's just that I might not be the focus for the 5 seconds.
Maybe we should make the ghost the focus, okay?
What? Listen.
I think he wants it. I think the ghost, he's been
I don't think it does. I think it stopped you from leaving to keep the attention on you. You notice how we can't get out of here right now? You see that?
I didn't notice. I really wanted to leave.
Need to do some homework? Copper, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Winds of Gale, thank you for the 16 months. Arthur! Friend, if you need to raid and run, GG's on APOC 1. GG's on APOC 1. Such an awesome achievement, dude. Especially if you've never done it before. Lion Sleeps Tonight. One of the songs. Wait. Apparently their big years is. Oh, DMCA. Oh, yeah. All right. You can escape the embarrassment now.
Thank you. Thank you. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. I loved that movie as a kid, though.
Listen, dude, it's on the shelf in the clamshell right now. I could go pop that bad boy in after stream if I wanted to.
We're all gonna, you heard Flash, we're all gonna watch Lion King.
Watch party.
Together.
It's got to be on a tube TV or you're not doing it right.
Well, did you want to try to get more stuff and things, or?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
we got some photos.
4 photos and a bone and we're out. You know what? I think we should go for it. Here, you're a little bit crazy right now. I might suggest that you take some pills.
Oh, thanks. I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Take a couple of those.
I'm gonna take a candelabra.
Might need.
You need more.
More.
It sounded like you were singing to Ursula.
Well,
Singing to Ursula.
I could take one more. That would put me at 100.
Oh, look at you though. Hold on. There we go. It like caught up. Oh well, it'll fill it up.
That'll put me at like 100.
Yeah.
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 That'll just buy us a little extra time.
Bye,
while we
Spider.
go Looking for Le Boner.
Right. We got this. I believe in us.
There is. Have we taken any salt photos? There is salt in there.
I have not taken any salt photos.
I haven't taken any salt photos, so
Okay.
that would be an easy get on the photos. So we really just have to find the bone.
Okay. I'm going to start female wing. I'm going to find the bone. It is going to be in the 4th room.
Okay.
Where do you think it's going to be?
I'm gonna go down to the squishy room.
Squishy room? Oh, that'd be such a great
Because
call.
it's my least favorite room. But I have a feeling.
Taste the gray stuff. It's delish.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna check these rooms right
guys,
here really quick.
I need to get you a photo of it. My son played Lord Farquaad in the Shrek musical that they just recently did, or they are still doing technically. And he has little legs strapped to the front of his legs when he's down on his knees. We were dying. We were crying laughing. It was so funny. Can the bone spawn in here? I can only assume that it can.
I lost my sandy, so please.
I swear to God, I will find you a photo. We have a photo somewhere. All right, I'm going directly to that room to find the bone, like I just said.
Hey, room number 4.
That's
I
right.
believe in you.
I believe in the squish. I never actually listened to Shrek the Musical before. That was technically the first time I've ever heard it. Pick or it didn't happen? Well, we do have pick. It did happen. We are still going to check every room, though, down this way. I don't know. I feel like we're doing great with this one. I feel like we need to find the bone. That was 3. That was 3. Oh, I forgot this was Pam's room. This is Patient 07's room. Shrek is a goated musical? Oh, damn it. I think I was wrong. I don't know where it is. Shrek cosplay. When's that? I haven't picked a date yet. I promise I will soon. I promise. Honey Woo! Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Oh, can't go there. If you guys do spot the bone in the midst.
I believed in you. I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? Is it in the squishy room?
Well, no, but there's other fine treasures.
Go on.
Like, meat?
Can you replicate the sound that they make when you throw them?
Hang on. Something like... Nope, I can't. That's gross.
Come on, you had one job to do.
Like, thunk, but in a really...
Did you say thunk? I'm sorry, did you just say that the meat, when it hits the floor, goes thunk?
It did for me. I threw it into the squishy room. Do I need to throw it on a different surface?
Maybe. Ark Survival is not for me. Oh my God.
Ew, yeah, when you... Oh, that's horrible. Oh, no, that's worse. When you throw it into the squishy room, apparently squishy meaning squishy makes a thunking sound. But when I threw it out in the hallway, it's wet and it's
I hear
slappy
her
and
cat.
I'm gonna go throw up now.
That's okay. You do you, boo-boo. Does Patient 07 have an actual name? An actual name? We call her Pam. I know that other communities call her Lisa. I think a lot of people have different names. Should I go that way or that? Okay. Male wing or middle? Male wing, middle. Male wing, male wing. Which one? Mid, male, males, male, middle, mid. Okay, we're going mid. We're going mid. So if I don't find it in the middle, this one is your guys' fault, not mine. Okay. Okay. At least half of you. Which then means all of you. Love. True love. It's going to be in the courtyard or some junk. Watch this. Still one of my favorites. Blada's love. Baby, don't hurt me. All right, we have hiding. So the reason we're looking for the bone, by the way, you have to find the bone to get a perfect game. As of right now, Hopefully that will actually change when they update the game on June 24th. I really hope they make that change. All right, well, while we're here, we might as well do some work. Get a pillow in there. All right, shut the door. Turn it on. There we go. That'll do. I can pretend it's me playing. Hey, there we go. Hey, Dishwal, welcome in. No Ouija. No, we have a mirror. Is a mirror effective? I think so. That old tumble dry. I like that the pillows are just a straight up like potato sack canvas though. Play some Phaz now and keep this. You should. You should. Phaz is good times, man. Wait, I didn't even look in the room. I literally opened the door and was like, okay, bye, and just moved on. Have we seriously still not found this bone?
I'm in restricted. No, I searched restricted. I'm in medical.
Okay.
No, I have not.
What's coming in the update? Well, they released a dev preview recently. I put a video up about it where I talked about it and the stuff inside of the dev preview. Oh God, if it hunts me, if it hunts me, it might be curtains. Let's do this quickly. Very, very active. Because if it's twins, it is twins, right? Yeah, it could hunt from up to 16 meters away. So we need to be careful. SpongeBob. There's apparently a bunch of stuff that is coming in the update that we don't even know about. Or like they have not talked about. So they only touch the surface with what's coming from the dev preview. Someone dropped the soap. They must not be playing at Willow. Heyo. All right, nothing here. It's going to be in the dumbest spot. It's going to be like a rib cage in the last room. I'm going to check courtyard. Yeah, I'm going to check courtyard. Hoping for a lot of bug fixes. I think there's going to be, but we will see. All we can do is hope, right? I hope they fix the soap dispenser. I assume they're going to, but I don't know. What if it's a bug that was not found till really, really late, right? Their features. Their features. Well, if the bone was here, it'd be...
Okay, no luck down in the medical, so I'm gonna head upstairs. Have you started checking the center?
I'm now finishing up the middle, and then I will also be moving over to the male wing.
Okay.
The question is, will there be more new bugs? No, bug fixes. I sure as hell hope not, right? I sure hope not. I keep picking it up because I accidentally drop an item on... Oh, the soap. Oh, I understand. Yeah, that's annoying. Have we checked the chapel? My candelabra is going to go out. I was playing with randos and I told them the soap was a rare cursed object. Oh, that's mean. That's not kind. Listen, I only mess around with my friends like that. I don't do that with randoms. Do you know what's the major update coming near last week of June? Yeah, the Chronicle update. We don't know everything that's going in it. We just know some of the things.
What happens if we don't find it?
Then we cry. It's going to be all the way in like the day room or some junk.
Oh God. Well, I'd rather that than like get to the end of this and be like, never found it. Oh,
Yeah, good point. That's fair.
You know,
It's not in the
find
urinals.
it in the last place we looked, then be like, we looked everywhere
And then it's, yeah.
find it. Yeah.
I like that. You know what? I really like that they are keeping a bunch of it a surprise too. I kind of don't want to know everything, even though they're going to give us a lot of information.
Out of the equation for a perfect game at all.
I believe that's supposed to be something in the future. Maybe that will be something to do with Chronicle. I don't know.
One can only hope.
One can only hope. Yeah. What the dickens, dude? Did you find the bone? Oh my god, I told you it was gonna be in one of the last. Okay.
Hey, at least we didn't miss it, right?
Oh my god. This is so dumb.
Okay, so we just need some photos after this, yeah?
This is dumb.
Oh, hey, I brought you a souvenir.
Oh. Oh, thanks. Oh god. We can make a person. We can be like Frankenstein. We need more meat.
Oh my god.
We need more meat.
We need more meat.
You know what? We're bringing that souvenir. We're bringing the souvenir.
I don't have a camera, so I think we just pick it up. Yeah, and then we go get salt photos.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
It's jaw dropping. I hate it here.
At least we didn't miss it. I was
That's
so
true.
worried.
Ah.
Song said your jaw would be on the floor when you saw it.
God damn it, Song.
So if you want to ban him.
You know what? I will consider. I will consider. Look, we 50-50'd. Whoever chose middle instead of male wing was wrong. Absolutely wrong. You messed up. You done messed up, Aaron.
I think it must have hunted while we were in there. Okay, well that's cool.
Wow.
Uh-oh. That's gonna be real fun for salt photos.
Yeah, we might die. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm brave.
I didn't choose. Don't look at me.
Hear me scream.
Roger that. A little bit laggy, dude. Oh, there we go. Nice. 10 out of 10 reference. Hi, Crow. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my god. It's an MMA fight, dude. Jesus. Like, I don't know if it's the game. What is happening? Oh, did you shut off the power? Dude, what the? It's just the game, correct?
Very good.
It's just a game? Yeah, because look, I'm still moving, but I'm lagging. Like, what the? Kill me,
I
Faz.
lost the meat. Sorry.
How dare you? Yep, see what you did? He's coming after her now.
What do you mean?
He's coming to get you now.
Barbara?
Coming to get you, Barbara. Canting, have a good night. Is this still a weekly? No. Nay, we already did the weekly. That was at Edgefield. We can watch this to know when it's done hunting. We don't get this pleasure very often. It does. It wants to play with her. It's pissed off that she threw the meat. It's mad. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate you. Bird, Zari, welcome in. Hello. Hello. I know. What a luxury. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, you're watching some ghost hunters on the Discovery Channel? Ooh, Afterlife. Who are you watching? Hi, friend. It's done.
Here I thought we were risking our lives for photos, but no. You just left me alone. You know I'm a whole level 11, right?
Somebody had to be in the truck.
What do you have to say for yourself? That's it. I'm leaving. I quit.
Look, you ask for this when you ask to play with me, okay?
Oh, did I? Did I?
That's right. That's right. Papa Blood, thank you for the super chat, man.
Okay.
Don't sound so disappointed about it. Damn.
Noted for next time.
Look. I know how to change the tone. I know how to change the tone.
Yeah.
Game of Jenga. Let's do this.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm gonna win.
You go first.
Okay. Okay.
Literally almost walked over and knocked over the entire thing. I watched you do that.
Hey, I did not. I didn't get that close to it. What are you talking about?
There you go.
Oh God. Uh-oh. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there. Okay. Hold on. We'll put it there. Oh, she's a leaning.
Oh no, it's shifting.
It's
We're fine.
It's still standing.
We're fine.
Still standing.
It's just leaning. We're fine. I'm
Oh
fine.
man.
I don't know why I pulled
Oh
that one.
my goodness gracious. How am I going to make this happen? You didn't even center. Like, how the hell am I supposed to do this?
It's not
All right. Well, let's see if I can somehow put this on the, and it's leaning that way. How am I? Gosh dang it. You know what? I'm going to wait here. I'm going to wait till that shifts so much it falls over.
Oh,
Look at the
shit.
top block.
Okay.
Look at it moving.
I know. Here, do you want me to help? Did that help?
No, because it's going to fall over
it didn't
now.
help.
There it goes. Oh, look, I lost. Cheaters, man. I can't take it anymore. You know what? No. No. I know what to do. I know what to do. We can fix this. We can fix this with a good old game of bowling. All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm ready. Oh no.
No, I need you to try a little bit harder. I need you to try a little bit harder than that.
Can I use the basketball?
Sure.
Oh, I missed. Okay, hang on.
You're not doing so hot. This really seems like a skill issue here. I mean, it's not that hard. You just have to walk over and just hit them. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
I don't...
Don't listen to him. He's
Man, sheesh. Sheesh. Whatever you got... Listen, whatever you got to tell yourself to make you feel better, right? All right. We can move out of professional, even though that was a jam. The bowling pins are made of steel. I have a really funny video that I posted way back of
graduating to nightmare. I see the
trying to do
lessons-
dominoes.
lessons Continue.
Yes. You know what? In the name of all things that are leaving the game,
Oh, okay.
a little graphiton. Skill is you.
I mean, I love a good graphy tone.
Let's do it. This is not going to happen with Chronicle. Let me be very clear. This is happening after Chronicle. Grafton rework after Chronicle. When is Grafton happening? We don't know. Right now, I think we're just guessing it's going to happen probably like
Then it's gonna be a
July?
tough one.
It looks like they left in a hurry.
I feel like I should be worried.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
What's the worst thing it can do?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Should we go find out?
Yeah, sure. She rolled a d20.
I actually did grab a light. I did.
Proud of you. Proud of you. Dragon! Dragon, thank you for the raid. Ah, friend, how are you? I put the Goosebumps theme as my ex. Oh my god. Listen, I would put that theme as my wife's ringtone. That's a good song. Bam, 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 bam. I don't care what they say. Dragon, how was your stream? That is a bop and a half. Maybe even a third. I mean, 3/4. I mean, shut up. I got the power. No hiding. Yikes. Yikes.
I feel like actually I have the power.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Did I? Was that down here that I heard that?
Oh, I already took a picture.
I know, but look at the nice photo of you with the paw. Oh wait, you can't see that, can you? Oh, never mind.
I just see a floating paw.
I assumed you actually already had a photo of it. Did you hear a can get thrown down here?
No, because there's very loud music playing in my ears right now.
Oh, well that's rude. I think it might be up a stairs then. Where did I hear? Freezing in the potty. Not freezing, sorry, cold breath in the potty. That was deceived. That was very deceitful. Ghost. Ghost. Truthful, how are you? Livy, you know what? I don't, wait. Livy? Livy?
Flash would
Livy?
like to see you.
I want a friend.
Have a
Oh,
conversation about, car insurance.
why does that have to be about car insurance?
Doesn't everybody always want to talk to everyone about their extended warranty?
Well, apparently that's the only thing people know how to talk to other people about. We can't have deep diving discussions about toothpaste or I don't know why you should close the lid when you flush. EMF5, go on.
I think the ghost is actually, you know what? It doesn't want to talk about its car insurance. It
Nope.
wants to talk about toothpaste and why it should close the lid when you flush.
That's right. Ghosty, why don't you show us why one should close the lid when they flush? We'll wait.
God. Yeah, I look forward to this, Libby.
Oh, no, I think we need
Hey.
the UV to do that
Teach
test,
me.
though.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Ugh. Here, I'm gonna do one of
Ew.
these. I'll start putting all of its products in the toilet. It's gonna get
Oh,
real
God.
pissed.
Oh God.
Not the conditioner.
Libby, do you see what he's doing to your stuff, Libby?
Yeah,
Somebody
you can't
needs a
stop
hug.
me. Nope, not today. Oh, I can't pick up the toothpaste. No, I'm sad.
Somebody needs a hug.
Come on, I'm putting all your stuff in the toilet. Oh, you pooped in the sink instead. Oh, I see. Backup plan. Well, fine. If I can't go here, then I'm going here.
Libby, why?
Oh my God. She what?
You turned off the breaker.
Rude, dude.
I know.
Why stuff floating toilet? Ah, hit boxes. All right, it's back on. Dream on. If your stuff doesn't float in the toilet, you're not doing it right. Did it do that? Oh, I wanted to take a picture of this, but I feel like it's too late. Did you like? You didn't like that? Yeah, I didn't like. I didn't
No,
like.
I don't even have a lighter.
Neither do I. Oh God! Run! 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 Break! Run! Break! Run! Run! I think she's dead. Hey, I got the ghost photo. Oh, she's dead. Oh, that's why I got the ghost photo. It was an Oni. Oh.
I thought you were supposed to be teaching me about nightmare runs.
I don't know how we got. I feel like it hunted really fast.
Agreed. Did it even event? Did
No.
it event at all?
No, it didn't.
So how is our Sandy dream?
I don't know. She went all Halo
Are we
on
in the
us.
dark that long?
Double kill.
Tika says we were in the bathroom for a long time.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't see the
Why
correlation.
are people judging our bathroom time? Like,
Oh my God.
I
Do
spend
you
as much time in the bathroom as I need.
do you by chance need to run ads soon?
In like 8 minutes, I could run them now.
That would be glorious.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's sync them up. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, guys. I'm gonna do.
You look a little vampirish in that light.
What do you mean?
Might be the black eyes. I feel like I shouldn't invite you in.
Damn, dude. I haven't put my makeup on. Back off. Look away.
Do you wear like colored contacts or something?
Maybe. All right, guys. I do.
Okay.
I do 3 minutes of ads every hour to remove pre-rolls. I'm gonna go ahead and do them now. We're gonna sync up our ads so that way we can do them in the lobby and you guys don't miss anything. I do 3 minutes. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, I'll BRB.
I was over here worried about ghosts. I didn't think I need to be worried about vampires tonight.
Well, you know what? We're doing a Chronicle update. It's gonna bring a lot.
Oh, actually, you know what? That'd be kind of fun.
You know, it does
Hunt
make a lot of
vampires
sense.
And ghosts.
It
in
does
the
make a
same
lot of
map?
sense why the ghost hunted us so early.
Why?
I did throw all of her products in the toilet.
I didn't do it. You did.
Yeah, I think I pissed her off.
You.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's all Flash's fault. You guys are.
What trophies do I have? I have all of them except the only thing I don't have is the next tier for the Easter one.
You're one of those people. You have all of the trophies.
Look, dude. Look, listen.
Just
Okay.
flaunting it in my face that you've been playing the game.
Let's go ahead and be clear that you asked me to create the lobby, so you asked for this. I don't have the upgraded
true.
latest Easter one because I wanted, just in case they never give us anything else on Easter, I wanted to have something to work towards.
I got the second upgrade, which was just more sticks. And
Yeah,
you
ropes
can't
and
really even
sticks.
tell.
Yeah, I got the ropes and
So,
sticks.
Yeah. But not the third one.
Yeah,
So.
got the ropes and sticks.
But I didn't have the game until January of 23, so that I don't have
A couple of the other ones.
the Halloween or the holiday from
Those really
22,
awesome, cool, unique events. Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
Rain, thank
My
you for the
first event
biddies.
was the Easter one where you had to pick up the eggs.
Oh, yeah. Munch, munch, munch.
Yeah.
Eh,
Mm-hmm.
eh. Those were the days. They were. It makes me sad that so many people just never got to experience them and never will, unless they allow us to go back and play them. I think it would just be really awesome if at some point, like if you don't want to make more events like it, that's fine. But giving people the ability to go back and play these events would be awesome.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we could go back and play them. I'd rather go back and play.
I didn't get to experience the ones from.
I'd rather go back and
I bet
play one
there's
of
a
these
lot
than
of
play this
people-
new crap.
Yeah, and I bet there's a lot of people that didn't get to experience events from 2023.
Can we see
either,
Lobby
so-
Pam? Yeah, she's over here.
Yeah.
You might be able to see her. Hold on. Yeah, there she is. She's chilling. Didn't get the game to the end of January, beginning of February. 2025. I don't have anything except unfinished Easter trophy. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate. But, I mean, on the Trello, they do have Twitch drops as one of the things they're working on. And I think getting a trophy via Twitch drops is possible. Or will be. Lumber! Thank you for the raid! Hi! Did you miss the ghost footstep sound in OG Phaz before when you could only hear them with Soul? Oh no, I was playing
we're
Phaz at
gonna-
that point.
Give Ye Old Nightmare a second try.
Ye old nightmare. Yeah, I guess we just have to be prepared or whatever the hell that means.
Grab a lighter.
Rubble, rubble. We just talked about this too because the ghost lit the candle. We're like, neither of us have a lighter. It's like, oh really?
Oh, look at us.
Go on.
The ghost is like, oh.
My goodness gracious.
Wow.
All right, where to? Oh, hey, how are ya?
Well, maybe a nice Swillers?
Yeah, I think we need some comfort after what just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a big old.
Oh my god, dude. This is an MMA fight. Oh my god. All I heard was, I got a big old.
No, I said big old hug from grandma. But
I don't know. All we heard was, I got a big old.
Listen.
Holy moly. Were you going to say pineapple? Were you going to say chip on your shoulder?
Pineapple.
Were you going to say?
Flash. I didn't think we needed a safe word.
Dang. All right. Photo, event, and EMF.
Oh no.
Do all
Not
the
another-
things.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it'll be
you
fine.
got the photo last time, right?
Yeah, I did.
Died for it, but
I
you
died
got
for it, but I
so-
got it. I'll be photographer. I got this. Shark, thank you for the 7 months. I got this. I got this. Easy ghost photo, dude. Easy ghost photo for days. Got the game during Christmas. Phaz is so fun with friends. It is. It's so much fun with friends. Ghost photo. Ghost photo. Sandra. Sandra. Where are you? Looking for Sandra. Sandra. When are you doing the heart thing? Doing it this Wednesday. Yes, this Wednesday I'll be raising money for American Heart Association in partnership with Kinetic Games.
Temps are cold in
Ghost
the
hunts for hearts.
hallway.
I just heard a toss. Where was that?
Probably in the hallway.
Probably in the hallway.
From Greece, yeah.
Vaughn, thank you for the 8 months. All right, ghost photo. Sandra. Wait, I know what you need to do. I know how to make the ghost show up. You need to sing a song from Greece. Right. Ghost hunts for hearts, yes. Hey, Scooby-Doo and your ass across the hallway is not going to make that song appear. Break. So you're just not going to do it, huh? This is rude.
What are you wanting from me?
Why aren't you singing the song?
What song?
I said you have to sing it a song from Greece and you just started walking. What the shit?
I didn't hear you. Look, I'm deaf, okay?
All right, you get one guess as to where the bone is.
Inside of a pineapple. Under a tree. In a shoe.
Are you okay?
Did I win? That makes sense.
Toilet boner.
That makes a lot of sense.
Wait, I didn't flush. I'm sorry.
Sandra, please.
There we go.
Can you come kill me now?
You sing it out. Sing Sandra D from Greece. I think that'll do it. Goo. I'm just looking at the reflections. Look at me, I'm Sandra D. Oh. Love watching people play Phaz. So do I, friend. But Sandy, you can't walk out of a drive-in. What?
You ready?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't have a smudge, but I believe in us. Yes.
Okay, I wish to see the ghost. Tell me more.
Where is it? Oh, she's there. making such a mess. Is this a possible Pulte? Spirit box, ultraviolet, ghost writing. Okay. He-Man, no, I didn't. No. Oh, it's not moving stuff. Oh my God. It seems very yeety.
Why is it that I can never hear ghosts throwing things when I'm in a multiplayer lobby, unless I'm the host?
That's weird. I don't know. It did seem very yeety. Maybe we can get lucky and get a Pulte bum.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll bring in a cat toy.
I'm bringing in everything in this damn kitchen.
Okay. Got a spoon.
It's 37. Nice. That is awesome.
If you stand over the pile of goods,
Does it bring your
helps.
does it oh it ups the chances?
Yeah.
I can't hear. I can't hear. I can't hear. Why is it so fast? Is this a Raiju? Wait. Is this a mimic? Yep. Wow, dude. Wow, dude. No freezing. Ultraviolet. Dead break. Okay. I can wish to have her back, though. We can wish to bring her back. If you ask us who we... What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Okay. Is this a flipping mimic? We have a ghost that is acting like a Raiju. We have ultraviolet, which literally removes a Raiju. This has to be a mimic. It has to be. What is the consequence? It could take my life. Well, there's only one thing left to do here. Look at me, I'm staying ready. Alright, don't hunt me. It's gonna mimic a demon, I swear to God. Why'd that sound like a muffled phone? Wait. But there's no or... What? Is this a Hantu? No, I would still have orbs. There they are. You sneaky beesh. All right, where is it? Where is it? What'd you do with it? Break, where's the paw? Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. I wish for life.
Hey, oh my god! Hi.
07. 07. 07. Oh, hey, it's hunting. Why is she just going back and forth between the rooms? I mean, to be fair for her, like she's a lower level right now in her prestige. So this is helpful. Yeah, walking right past electronics, not speeding up. In the ghost room, it's not fast. This is acting like a freaking mimic. This is acting like a mimic. Mimicking a yokai. If she was doing the test, I don't know. I'm not sure. Not monkey, thank you for the 8 months. Oh yeah, I don't have an object to throw at her. Does she need me to throw an object at her? I'll bring a cup. It's always good to bring an item. Little sis, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I don't know what her thought is right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
She's saying mimic. I can't throw a clip. I can't throw the cup either. All we can do is
Sandra did you dirty.
Sandra did me dirty. That's true. That's true. Teddy, hello.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
For you.
Well, that was rude.
I marked mimic.
Nice. I mean, I heard you say we had UV, and then I heard you say we had orbs.
Yep. And then
I was like, but it absolutely, like, I didn't hear it be fast the first time, so I was confused. And then you said UV, and I was like, wait, did he mean he actually saw UV?
And this last and the last hunt, it wasn't speeding up in its room. It wasn't speeding up near electronics. Okay, so Hantu and Ryger are out.
Hunt, it was back to like normal again. Yeah.
Freaking mimic.
Yep. Frickin' mimic.
Well, frickin' crap. All right, Ridgeview it is.
Song wants me to murder you, by the way, and I said, but Flash just gave his life for me, so like I can't do it.
Wow, dude.
And he said,
is he trying to bribe you
to bring me back to life? I don't know.
Yeah, I offered my life.
I get out of this, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You gotta watch out for that song cloud.
I believe you. Recently found through YouTube recommended videos. Watch it. It helped improve in Phas. That's awesome, little sis. That is awesome. Welcome. Dude, is it going to rain on every damn map or what? Good grief.
I like the rain.
I don't want it while I'm playing Phas, though.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair.
I'm not going to bring this. I'm going to bring this. All right.
You won't believe it.
What happened?
Photo of the ghost.
Hey, it's your turn. It's your turn. I believe in her. I'm going to bring this because it's going to show where the ghost is right away. Watch this. Ready? Hacks. Yeah, I'll just leave. Yeah, the ghost is over here somewhere. I think it might be laundry. We'll find out. Nailed it. Cozy's a paid actor. Well, you know, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. Here, I'll bring one of these, and we'll bring I'll bring one of those. How's the weekly? Not too bad. It was fine. The rudest Pulte the other day walked in twice without nudging a single plate. What a butthole. What do we got?
So did you hear it, like, throw something? Or?
No, I had a parabolic microphone response the second I walked in. I even called it.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's do one of those.
Okay.
Followed by one of
I
those.
haven't heard anything, so.
All right, just give it roughly 5
I'm gonna
seconds.
go
It'll walk through the thing.
Grab
Hold
the
on.
power.
Damn it. Can't do it twice. Gotta wake up early, but there's something clear. No, there's not. No, sleeping is the important thing. I say nay. I say nay. I think sleeps is your important thing, friend. I had the whisper here. Is it maybe over here instead? Maybe it's not in laundry. Maybe it's like over here or something.
Dining.
Did I just see my breath? Oh no. Hold on.
Holding.
It might be upstairs. Panda! Welcome
I
in.
think that the whisper came from upstairs.
I think it told me it was on the first floor, but I think it was a lie. Yeah, it's up here where the music box is.
Oh jeez, okay.
What difficulty? We're on Nightmare. Yeah, Panda, how are you? This piece of poop. What a piece of poop, dude. Gonna say you're a.
You
I don't
really
know.
booby trapped this place, didn't you?
Mission Impossible in this beach.
It is not a mare.
And thank you for the subs. Hi, friendo.
Can I get your photo?
Can I get your photo? And a 1.
Joseph. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
That's literally
That
the
was so
second.
kind.
Okay. All right.
And what? You didn't even finish counting.
Said and a 1, and it was like, that's enough. What is sleep? Oh, dude, I'm gonna need it
I want to
tonight.
know what happens after 1.
You don't want to hear what happens when it gets to 2. The pint glass is great. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I want to order actually more of them so I have more in the house. Imagine sleeping. I know. Look at that ghosty photo, though. Love it. Love it. We need more equipment, though. Shh. You know what? I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to bring one of these. There we go. There we are. Hey, what's up, Harper? How are you? Imagine. Imagine the sleeps. I know. I'm going to go look for more tings. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? I'll try there. Window touch. Freezing. We don't have an EMF in here, do we? Damn.
Any evidence yet?
Yeah, we have freezing.
Really? I'm actually very surprised by that.
If I made money off sleeping, drop out of college. Ooh. I love it. It's just a matter of actually getting it. I think that's the problem. Getting enough of it. 1 or 2 new ghosts added with Chronicle. Oh, there's so many more things I want than more ghosts, to be honest with you, dude.
Like it was gonna be freezing when I was up there, so I'm
Yeah.
very surprised. Y'all.
Okay, well, it wasn't giving me anything else. It's being a little jerk face. I'll bring a smudge. I'll bring an extra crucifix.
So
Oh, we
rude
have
of
no EMF in there, though,
Joseph.
on it.
I was gonna say, did we put any enough in there?
Negative.
I can
Dark Master plays. Hello, how are you? Solar, I'm good. How are you?
bring one.
What kind of ghosts do you think that they'll add in terms of behavior? Hopefully one that can't see very well, but can hear super well.
Oh, hi, ghost.
Yeah.
miss us?
We're here to party.
Bet you missed Flash.
I bet it did too. Here, I'm gonna turn on the alarm clock for it to wake it up. Ghosty, I'm here now. Why? What are you taking photos of?
Likes to party.
Wait, what are you taking photos of?
The salt.
But we had a full book.
I can take pictures of salt if I want to.
Okay, dude. Damn. I see how it is.
Just hush yourself. Look, don't you worry about my sanity. It was never here. Fine.
Ghosty. See, the book might be
Joseph?
full, but any pictures I take from here on out will be visible in the truck.
There you go.
HR chucking stuff's in the hallway.
Make sure you get a really sweet photo of me with the ghost.
Okay, ready? Go stand over there.
Okay, right here.
Wait, no. Okay, okay, go that way a little bit.
EMF 5,
Okay,
dude.
okay. Come forward. All right, here we go.
All right, but
I was gonna get a photo with you and the ghost. I was gonna get a photo with you and the ghost.
Listen, I'm not dying.
Hey! I was gonna get a photo with you and the ghost. Come back. Hey! Come on, there's still an opportunity. It's pretty visible, right? It's pretty visible. Am I crazy or did that look like an Oni? So much opportunity and you just wasted it.
Listen, you were gonna let him hug me before.
No,
you took
I
that
wasn't.
photo.
You said take a photo with you and the ghost and you ran away.
I'm a chicken. What can I say?
Ghost, listen, she might not want your photo again, but I do. Why don't you show up one more time? I'll take it. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait. Don't worry. She's not here to ruin your fun. Holy shit. Holy fuck. All right, I'm good.
Yeah. You met Joseph. He's nice, isn't he? You okay? You need a hug? I bet Joseph will give you one.
Oh, man. Right in my face.
Yeah, was he spicy?
Okay, I can't, obviously I can't see it in the journal, but I'll see it in the truck. Hey, man, right in the face.
Okay. I got
In the face.
it won't look the same to me, which is too bad.
Oh my God, I'll screen grab it. Pee a little, at least 2 drops, man.
I think you're gonna have to wait until we get back. Right?
Yeah, I'll go sneak a
Yeah,
peek in the truck.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. But yeah, any idea what it was when it came down?
I think it's an Oni. If you want to watch one more hunt, I really feel like it's an Oni.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
want a smudge? I stole them.
No, I'll be okay. Oh, do you have an extra?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2. I stole them both.
Roger that. No ghost fart? No, I don't think so. Should I watch from outside? Should I just let the hunt happen and then just stand out here like that? Came back with food? What'd you bring? How do you make it so you have the least stream delay? I think you just leave the settings as default. What happened? Hey, where was the power, by the way?
Downstairs on the right, I think.
We're a dog.
If I remembered correctly, I'm proud of myself.
Spicy.
It wants you.
No, not anymore. Stop it.
Joseph's heard all about you. He's a big fan.
I know. I don't want it. Zeke's, hello. What's up, Haunt? How are you? No, it's going to be your friend any second now. Any second now.
I mean, you could make it faster if you wanted.
You know what? That's a fair point. You know what? That's a fair point.
I just realized, is the patch on your arm supposed to be purple?
I don't know. Is yours supposed to be red? Wait, yours is red.
Still, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, mine is red. Is yours supposed? Because it looks kind of pink, but I think it's supposed to be purple.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
That scared me. Look like a pretty visible boy, right? I'm fairly certain of it. Super visible, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just thought so. I thought so. That's one visible fella. All right. Work finally brought me a
Okay.
panel to work on.
Somebody
Oh, Luke, I
said
appreciate you, friend.
That the patch on your arm looks like a big old monkey butt. What is it supposed to be?
Big old monkey butt. Well, we go back to the lobby. I gotta look at it now too. I don't think it's supposed to be like a monkey butt. Hey. Hey.
I mean, I'm not saying that you are a big old monkey butt.
Quibble! Thank you for
Like,
the
I don't know what that
raid.
is supposed to be.
Listen, dude. She said the patch on my arm looks like a monkey butt.
Welcome back.
There it is. Hey, we never found the bone.
Oh, oops! I got distracted.
You got distracted
I
by
was
the monkey
looking
butt?
for it. Yeah.
It's not a monkey butt. It's a brain.
Oh, is it a brain? Oh.
How dare you?
It wasn't me.
Quibble, hello.
It wasn't
Oh, I gotta
me.
go get a screen grab. Hold on.
Yeah.
How are the games? The games are good. Wait, where is it?
Oh, it didn't save.
I thought that it did the last 10 no matter what.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Did that change?
I don't know.
Well, wait. No. Wait. Okay, unless I didn't actually get a photo of it, which doesn't make sense, because I have the picture of you here when the book
Because
was
it
full.
was in your face.
Yeah, it did event
Oh.
right in my face.
Maybe you were just too close to it.
Dang it. Dang it. Oh well, we tried. Why does the van look different? No, it's the same.
That's
It's the same. Quibble, how was your stream?
confusing and very interesting because if you have a picture of me, yeah.
Yeah, I must not have got. I'd have to
I
go
don't
back
know.
and look at what the little thumbnail popped up
The
in the
little-
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, If we graduated Nightmare, are we continuing on?
I mean, I guess so. We might as
Or-
well continue our progression.
Or are did we reach our cap?
No, we'll go up one more. Where do you want to go?
I mean, I chose the last map, didn't I? Oh no, you chose Ridge. I do not want to go to Camp Wood.
Come on, I'm trying to help you. You're indecisive. I'm trying to.
I am. Like, really?
Listen, man, I'm just throwing suggestions. You do what you
Yeah, we could
want.
do- I mean, I was almost about to like click on it, but like very begrudgingly. But like, we could do like a bleed.
You better know where you're good. Fine, we can do Bleasdale,
Oh,
whatever.
Camp Death, they say.
I said, look, they're all demanding it. Camp Death, Camp Death.
I know. Oh, God.
Right? The cat even agrees. Did you hear that? Yes.
Oh, you heard him. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants it.
He's
Little insanity at Woodwind. It'll be
he's
fine.
just being his normal orange self. Somebody asked me what kind of cat he was, And I was
Say a
like,
hungry one.
orange.
Of a cursed object nearby.
Yeah,
This
also
might be
that.
the reason the curse was summoned here. Take a look.
Orange
You may
kind
be
of
able
just
to use
explains it.
to your advantage.
Wouldn't it be pretty amazing if our one evidence was orbs and orbs were just right there?
was moving
I mean,
over
we're
here.
not that lucky, apparently. But, you know.
Yeah, the chances are pretty
Cool.
low. Am I
I'm not sure how
losing
I
it?
feel about this ghost's name.
I think I'm losing it. Hold on. You're not sure about its name? James Huntley? Why? Are you insinuating something?
Because Hunt is in his
What
name.
the hell?
And
Why's my
feel like-
keys
I feel
broken?
like
There we go.
That sounds dangerous.
Dangerous. Flashlight. I'm going to bring a photo camera. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to go look over here real fast. Why did something look really weird here?
I swear, if this is an easier round than all the others, I quit Phas forever.
You know it's going to be, right?
God damn it. Either that or we're gonna die real fast.
Something was moving in front of the tent on the camera. What was that? Okay, so you saw that too. But the ghost can't be active until you open the door, so that doesn't make any sense. Wait, whoa, what? Do you have EMF?
No.
Where was that? I heard something get messed with and I don't know where that was.
I did not hear anything.
I thought that I...
But it's cold over here.
What?
And there's a surprise in here for you.
What does that mean? Oh my god. Oh, BRB.
Just that.
I touched the side of the tent. Interesting. So he's fun to see Slendy? Be here. Oh, he's not driving. Bye-bye, driver. Bye-bye. Do this, do... Oh, it's flashlight. I don't need that right now. I'll be fine. Let's get a book instead. Get one of those. We're good. Hey, what up, Pixel? First you're able to catch. Welcome in. How are you? Checking for of.
Yeah.
I don't see any of.
No, huh?
No of.
I was really hoping this ghost would pop up for a photo super quick, but
That's right here. Let me make it pop up easier. There we go. It's going to show you dots in 3, 2, 1, photo. I thought you were going to snap a pic. I'm so glad. No trust. Zero trust.
you know, if somebody could do it, it would be you, but...
Zero trust.
Listen, I said if anybody could do it, it would be you.
You have to have faith.
However,
Athena, welcome in.
No, I have to see to believe.
Whatever, dude. Never mind. I'm back. Luca, welcome back. Did it not take very long or did you not have to work on it? Sam, hello. How are you? Miss Scoozy.
That was a different tent.
It was over there where you are now.
What the heck?
You twinning, bruh? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Oh, you said it was cold over here, yes?
It was like 8 degrees in here versus.
It
like
is 8
14
degrees in here, but the
everywhere else.
ghostie's throwing stuff over here.
Well, I don't
It's
know
13
why.
to... all right, hold on.
Yeah.
That's weird. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. I don't believe. But we'll find out soon enough. Ghost fart, run!
Ew. James.
I'm gonna put this one here. There we go. We'll see how it goes. So Taku, welcome in. Hello. Is it doing any of that stuff? Why is that show? I guess it is past that part, isn't it? Oh, that makes sense. Never mind. Never mind. Back home from dog sitting. Nice. How was? The ghostie is not setting any motion sensor off. Oh, is that her? Or is that the ghost? Run, break, run! Run, break, run! How the games, man? They've been good. Smiling? Why is it EMF ultraviolet writing? You okay? We still don't have anything, right? Does she know that I can't hear her? Are you talking in game by chance?
Can you not hear me?
No, now I can.
Oh, that's fun. I love Phas.
Hydraulic microphone, firelight. Wait.
I want to just go on voice activation, but I can't do that while I'm streaming, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's really frustrating because probably the number of times that I try to like say something to you and you can't hear me.
Ghosty ain't having it. Yeah.
Is a lot.
So we have nothing right now.
Right, other than I'm pretty confident he was originally in the white tent and he has moved to the middle section.
What a butthole.
Yeah.
Well, the speed seemed normal, but it did seem quiet.
I don't know because he was pretty in my face.
Did it throw the book by chance?
No.
Oh, no, was that you moving
Not
the
yet.
book? Oh.
It was me moving it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if even taking this would be useful right now, but maybe.
I mean, I can.
Take a
Yeah.
two. Take a 2 and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
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 All right. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Slurp them. All right. Game on. So where's it moving to?
Oh, it's definitely here in the center. It's like 2-3 degrees now. Is that on the camera? I don't.
How dare you?
I know I put it down. What? Folks, I just want a piece of evidence.
Wait a minute.
So I feel like there's a really good chance it's gonna end up being freezing. Is it just like standing in that motion sensor?
I don't know. I think they just bug out.
Okay.
Oh, it's not a wraith that walks in the salt. You can put motion sensors on top of the salt piles. You certainly can. Yeah, like this. All right, well, definitely not a wraith.
Well. Okay.
Ghosty is through the book. Okay,
Wait,
it's
was
not
that
going to
the
write.
ghost?
Yeah, that was a ghosty, not me. It's freezing.
I had a feeling. All right.
Miling is out of the
normal
question.
Speed, right?
I think so, but it's had line of sight almost every time. So it's a little hard to say.
Didn't hunt from its room, which is just hella rude.
I need to hide and then see what it does.
Yeah.
Try to watch it hunt. I don't think it looked like an Oni. So on temps, 0.9 to 0.1 is considered freezing. Anything below 0.9.
I don't think so, but to be honest,
You don't- wait,
sometimes
You don't think so?
I'm
You don't think so? What?
panicking too much.
You don't think so?
I don't
What?
think it looked like an Oni.
Oh,
No.
okay. No, I don't think so either.
Sometimes I'm panicking too much to really like be thinking about it, you know?
Ooh,
Just me.
spicy.
Probably just, it's just a me problem. It's fine.
I think that was 90-second hunt. Hey, Ping, what's up, friend? See what you did there. Oh, I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. Gotcha. Oh, goes fat.
Wait, it farted. It can't be an Oni.
Nope, can't be now.
I'm probably gonna die. I'm probably.
I can't hide in there with my light on. Hey, dude. Hey, hey. Didn't Jin sprint, right? Oh, my Lanta.
I think it's just normal speed. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
What?
Waiting for Ghosty to start blowing out firelights. What's the curse? We're on insanity. We're not going to get one. We don't have a cursed. Heard folks talking about it, but yeah, we call the mist ball ghost fart.
Bells, can you do an event where we can get a photo, please? So I don't have to try and die for it.
No.
Rude.
Ruda.
Ruda.
Okay. Boop, boop. Knock, knock.
Is it gonna? It's gonna spawn somewhere else, isn't it?
Nocturnal. Have a lovely night, friend. There's one more smudge. We have a singular smudge. Well, shite. Well, shite. Railroad, thank you so much, man. All right. Not a Revy, not a Hantu. I don't think it's twins. I don't think it's a Moroi. Oni. I don't think it did a gen sprint. Oh, watch this beat. Possible twins? No, that sounds normal now. I think it was line of sight speed. Demon, Ure, Onryo, Shade. I'm kind of leaning towards a Ure right now. All right, it's finched.
Did you see where it spawned?
Yeah, it spawned like right here.
Like just outside of the room.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it's a shade. This is not really interested in the firelight.
Where is it right now?
That's a good question. Which it shouldn't blow out the firelight with us in the room.
I'm sorry. Did we just hear the Ure ability on the tent flap?
I have no idea.
Did that sound like a double tent touch?
I don't. That is a good question.
Well, it don't matter. Run. To the tent. I'm going to smudge them. I'm going to run in the tent. All right, here I come. Oh, it got real close.
I mean,
I'm leaning.
Literally the worst map for a Yuri.
I'm leaning towards it because that sounded like it.
It sounded double to you.
It sounded photo.
Where is he? Where is
Oh,
he?
come on, man. What a turd.
Good.
He was like on the other
Turn it
side of the
down.
tent. He was being a jerk face.
Oh, see, if I had snapped, I would have missed it.
That's right. He's going to give you another opportunity in 3,
Yeah,
2,
come on.
1.
James?
I'm ready.
James?
Huh. Oh, James.
Butthole.
Don't talk about his butthole.
James.
He'll get really upset.
Sorry. My bad.
Tent touch.
James, don't make me take a photo during a hunt. I'll die and I'll probably miss. Please.
We have no more smudges, right?
I don't have one. So unless there's one in the truck.
I don't remember what I've taken a photo of and what I haven't.
I don't know anymore. Just want a photo of James.
Jamothy, where are you?
Do the ting, James. You're right there.
Wait, where am I going? There we go. So that's off. Oh, it's our burnt smudges.
James.
James. Love
I'm
James.
really nervous. Okay? I'm freaking out. James.
I'm ready.
Here.
Goes for an inbound.
Ready? For what? Oh, I don't want it. Ew. Erect, James. Take that.
I'm waiting. I don't want to have the camera out when it starts hunting.
Hunt, isn't he?
He's about to do it now. He's just building up momentum.
He's making me real nervous. James. This is... I hate tense things.
Did you have an electronic on?
No. Did I? No, I don't think so.
Now we see if I was right.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I don't think I did.
I did
Like, I'm
hear the Ure.
pretty-
Hold on, wait. Abilities used. Hold on, wait. Twice.
twice. Interesting.
Wow. It might not
And
have
I've
been you at
told
all.
That the Yuri. So I've been told that the Yuri. Well, it is Camp Death for a reason. I've been told that the Yuri can slam those tent flaps shut,
Yes.
but I've never seen it. I've had
well,
a Yuri there before.
So
And I've
you're
seen them do the double door touch, but on the tent flap, but I
well,
have not
a
seen
Yuri
them
slamming a Yuri slamming the tent. I don't think it's even really that recognizable. That double touch though, that sound is recognizable.
Yeah.
You must have seen her walk into the tent.
But
It's
technically
possible.
they can.
Is there a chance that she saw you go into the tent?
I don't know. Maybe? I didn't think it got line of sight of me.
Did you possibly get us moited?
No, I don't think so.
I think Justly and Leona have talked about it. Oh, the tent thing about the Yuri using its ability. I don't know how I feel about it.
Why, you don't believe me? I'm pretty confident that I did not.
I don't know. It kind of walked directly to us.
I mean, you can go back and watch. I don't think I did.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to watch it. I'm going to hear the ghosty in the distance go, I can see
if
you.
I had a headlamp on, I would have heard it. So I didn't have that. But I don't think I had anything in my hands.
Yeah.
Well, no. Did I?
Ghosty
I don't
just
think
marched
so.
right to us like a jerk.
Again, it's Camp Death for a reason.
Listen.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
we needed a second try at Nightmare. So do we need a second try at?
Maybe that's just the new thing.
Yeah, it just takes
All right.
twice.
Then we're gonna do it
because
at
I'm
Tangle.
new. It's because I'm new. I think that's
Oh, you
why.
damn new players, you stupid level 16s.
I know you got it. The first time is a learning, and then the second time I can do it. Yeah.
Fine. Let's go do Insanity at Tangle. Does the shoulder light count against you? No. What you see on the player? No, that's not an actual electronic that can be recognized by the ghost. No. No. Ever had a game
Good
with a
news, we
Yuri
finally
didn't
got
ever
me
do
the
the ghost
ghost
ability?
photo.
Yeah. 100%. I've had ghosts that have gone 30, 40, 50 minutes without using their ability. It's all to chance.
Shauna says it was not my fault.
Okay, Shauna
And I
says.
believe Shauna.
Yeah, let's believe Shauna.
Hey. Well, she did lie to you earlier when she said I like.
Thank you.
Catwoman, so
Precisely.
I don't believe it.
Thank you. Carla Holmes, Parabolic Firelight. All right, I'm going side quest. We're going side quest. Yeah, Ghosty's not using their abilities is not an uncommon thing.
Okay, she just said she's fine with you blaming me, so I don't feel okay about
Yeah, see, do you even know what to believe anymore?
No, I believe her that it's not my fault. I just also believe that she kind of secretly hates me or something.
Where? Hey, can you bring a UV possibly, please? Thank you.
Good news. I already have one. Where are you?
Rockin'. Hey, over here, possibly? Can you check the... I could be wrong.
No fingers.
No.
That's a ghost though.
Cat bro, thank you for the 6 months.
Look, I know we started at
Frickin'
75%
well then, dude.
sanity, but that's gotta be a demon, right?
That certainly sounded like a normal speed ghost. Wow. It's freaking spicy, dude. Damn. Or yokai? I feel like I haven't gotten a yokai to actually work with the talking near it at all. I don't know. That might be just me. Could be an Oni, they're territorial. I don't think that's how that works in this game. I don't think that's how that works.
Did the ghost happen to vent on you while you were in there?
No.
Okay, so really, I was only in the map for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Ultraviolet, ghost riding, freezing. I'm going to bring actually a crucifer. All right.
That seems wise. Have I ever told you how many demons I get?
No, I know you get a lot of Dios though.
No, I actually really don't get many Dios at all. Demons, however. Do we think maybe it's a mimic?
Hey, did you shut this door?
I sure did not.
Did the ghost
heard
possibly
a door
event on
touch.
you?
I heard a door touch as I was leaving. I didn't hear an event. And I was confused why I would have heard a door touch in the hallway. So I guess it is
hold on.
possible.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
I was leaving.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
So we're
What's
saying
happening?
that there's a possibility that this is a mimic that mimicked a demon to start the game and then did a Yurei ability at the front door immediately after.
It'd be very cool if it did. It's also possible that it vented as I was stepping out of the house.
Okay.
And I could hear it.
If it's the thing that I said, though, that'd be super freaking cool.
That'd be really freaking
Yeah.
cool. And I feel like we need to see if there's orbs.
Okay. I'm going to go get a smudge now out of fear. Okay. So I'll be right back.
All right. Okay.
I don't think we have UV, though. We did check. I don't think we have UV. All right. We need to check for orbicals for sure.
I just, I figure we might as well go together.
Oh, wait. What? Don't. You said that as I didn't walk in.
Okay. Okay, and then yeah, you didn't come inside. So
Listen,
thanks for
dude,
that.
listen. Listen. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, sure.
Where is it? Oh, the power's not on. Oh, ghost fart. Damn, dude.
It's still
Ghosts are
in here.
gassy
This is
today.
the room.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the power. Power's downstairs.
It's still spicy.
Okay, break and follow. Good. Good. Oh, my Lanta. I think it might have evented on you as a demon. Because I don't see orbs.
It might have. It might have vented as I was leaving.
I have no trust in this game anymore. When it comes to the room boundaries. Alright, I see no orbs down there. Alright, I saw no orbs. Alright, so if it's a
Okay.
possible
So
demon,
would
yeah.
be-
Writing, freezing. Let me get this other crucifix. Trust only
yeah.
delays the inevitable. What do you mean? Owie!
Ooh, look out.
Oh, Jesus
Those third-degree burns
Jesus
will get you.
Christ. Wash my hands off. Oh my God. God damn, dude. Can mimic hide the orbs? No. Let me check for temps.
It's like 2 degrees.
So no freezing that we can tell yet.
No, not that we can tell. I mean, I wish it was a mimic. That would have been so freaking cool.
Sir.
Okay, Faz. There's a photo that needs to be deleted. What?
What Muppet did you just sound like? Hold on.
I don't know. Can you delete that photo?
Hold on. I gotta think. Wait, can you do that again? I couldn't hear.
And you didn't need a hand, did you?
I swear to God, she sounded like a Muppet and I couldn't tell which one. I just couldn't tell. All right, so it's super spicy.
Oh wait, we did need a repellent. Do you want to do that? I guess not now. I guess later.
No.
Never mind. Okay. Okay.
What are the chances this is a
you didn't
yokai?
You didn't need a hand, did you?
Why would I need a hand?
Because I got you one. It's over here. All right, I hate it here.
It's gonna hunt. It's gonna hunt. All right, we'll leave her to it. And we watch on our way out. Okay.
I think it moved to the kitchen. Rude.
What
Now we're
about
never
what a
gonna get
butthole?
freezing. I don't know. We're never gonna get
Do we
freezing.
rule out demon? No. No, we didn't. But I'm starting to think it might be another ghost. Hey, Pancake! It's going well, friend. How are you? I'm kind of waiting for like a crucibite or something. Maybe, possibly. Like that. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Nothing. Yee. Need my smudge. Need my smudge. Is she being hunted? Wait. Oh, she is now. Okay. That was weird. That was super strange. Okay. I'm wondering if it's dots. What if this is a yokai? But it's so aggressive.
Ghost turned on the light for me. It's actually kind of nice.
That's what you think until it does what it's about to do right now.
No, I think it's too nice.
Can you see the Obake shapeshift on the camera? Yes, you can. Looks like someone from the kitchen and not the dining room. It
Right,
does
your
well.
gift.
My hat.
That.
Wait, what'd you say? What, while hopping? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you not hear me again?
Nope.
Oh my god.
No, I
hate it
couldn't.
here. I just said I brought you a gift.
Oh, the hat. Oh, I
thought
said
you
that. I
heard
said,
me
oh,
because
thank
you're
you.
Like, oh, my hat.
No.
Yeah.
You
But
presented it, so I
apparently
was
you didn't hear
ready.
me. Yeah. I said, here, I got you this.
Oh, CS, I appreciate you. Okay, so.
It could just be my mouse, I guess. I had to replace my mouse once.
Oh, the push to talk
side
button being
does-
stoopy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know if it's doing it again.
How was the challenge? Not too bad. It was fine. Okay, so if it's a demon, let's pretend that it is. We don't have ultraviolet, right?
No.
And
Has not touched the writing book yet. Hasn't thrown it, hasn't written it.
All right, so maybe we need to bring another one.
From dining room to kitchen.
To kitchen.
So it's hard to say if it's going to be freezing because
Right.
it's not that cold yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was almost wondering if it's possibly a yokai, but now I don't know. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of leaning demon.
I know. It was very, very
don't know.
aggressive.
Yeah, still does not care about the book. Oh,
Put another one in there. Okay.
And not cold enough for freezing yet.
Demon is a friend of my demon is my friend. It is walking back and forth through there, though. It's a rev. Nailed it. Nailed it. I'll get you your medal when I go back to the warehouse. Hey. Hey. Well, I could test for a demon without even actually cleansing it. Yeah, the grace period for demons after a hunt when it can hunt again is 20 seconds. A demon mimicking a yokai. Dude, if there's like hidden orbs or some junk, we would still be getting at least one more piece of evidence. We haven't gotten anything. We've gotten nothing. Whatever this is, it is not cooperating. Still hasn't messed with the book at all. Carla, at least shut the damn thing.
I think it's moving again.
Oh my God.
It's like 3-4 degrees in the kitchen now, or maybe it's just because it keeps hunting that it's not in its room lock.
Oh, maybe. Has yet to mess with the book at all. Is there a way to tell a mayor ability apart from an instant interaction? Well, I mean, you have to think about what the mayor ability is. The ability to instantly shut the light switch off when you turn it on. So, I mean, that's what the ability is. Is it possible to short the? No, by short the circuit. It is possible to turn enough lights on.
Try smudge timing it.
I guess. I mean, I haven't done a. I mean, I guess we could also time it without a smudge because it can hunt after 20 seconds.
That's true. That's true. I don't think it's been hunting that aggressively.
I don't think so either. Honestly. Can a mare turn on the campfire in woodwind? Yeah, a mare has nothing to do with fire. Hey, what's up, noobs? Tatted, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, like it's not hunting now.
Right. Yeah. Like it's taken decent sized breaks between the hunts.
I kind of want to smudge just to see if we can get the one piece of evidence, for God's sake.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna end up being freezing, but
I'm gonna smudge
I
it.
don't know. Okay.
Hi, Pam Jam. Pam Jamma. Pam Jamma. There we go. There we go. Sniff the air. It's not TikTok, Dark. Still has yet to mess with the book.
All right. Did you?
Maybe it just doesn't like where they are.
Set a timer when you smudged it.
I
It's
did.
6 degrees.
It's a couple seconds late, but yeah, it's close enough.
It's back over here now. It's 4 degrees in the dining room.
2.9. Yeah, not freezing, but
Okay.
does that shine all the way over there? Not really.
Really?
Completely invisible. Oh no, she's not. She's down here.
Shadow. Yeah, no, she's on the floor.
Hey, what you doing? Hey, how are you?
You and the ghost are one. Oh, cute.
Not on the Keurig.
Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, if Chiba would ever clean that thing.
Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you near? pretty far. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
If it's a demon, it could have hunted already.
Ugh. Look, what if initially... Okay, but it had to have hunted early the first time, so if not a demon, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't know, but 90 seconds is up now.
Well, what if it just used all its energy at the beginning and now it's just lazy? Oh God, Pam, get out of here! I didn't want it, Pam. You ran in here so fast.
I don't have as much.
I don't even. I
don't have as
see
much.
where you went.
I don't have as much.
I got you. You're fine.
I was fearful for my life.
Oh my God! What if it's?
Spirit box orbs are dots.
Okay, I'm just so confused because there's no way that first hunt our Sandy was
Right.
below.
Unless we were hit
60.
by some invisible like abilities that we didn't know about.
Right, right.
Still has yet to interact with the books at all.
Won't hold still long enough to give us freezing, so
No.
I feel like that has to be the evidence.
It's gonna hunt again.
Now it's like 6 degrees for me.
This is a cursed. We don't have one. It's insanity. We're not gonna get one. I have a hammer. I'll be okay.
Did it kill the power?
The lights are literally
At some
on.
point? No. At some. That's in me.
Old strategy caught. See if it pays off. What are you thinking, Abe Lincoln?
I smudged her again. I don't know. I'm so confused.
Okay. Spirit box. Or watch it be like spirit box or some shit.
I feel like it.
Where are
like
you?
It has to be.
Are you here?
You know.
Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? God, you suck.
Here, I brought you a smudge if you would like one.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome.
Feel a little better about it, I guess. Oh no, now I'm just Dirty Keurig is just a part of Chiba's lore. I feel like we could make a really awesome AI image of all things
Okay, well,
Chiba.
it's been 60 seconds.
I really feel like we could.
I don't like that she spawned inside of me here in the garage.
Inside of you. $10 degrees there.
What if she
12 degrees
what if
here.
she's in the garage now?
Hey, it's 6 degrees in the garage.
Emily! Really don't appreciate your attitude.
fucking flabbergasted, dude. That seemed pretty yokai-y.
I was gonna say, so. Okay, because where were you? You were here trying
I
to
was
call
here,
her?
but I don't know. I might not have been in a good range for yokai test, though.
The hunt before, when I smudged her, I was standing here by the door, and she was in the garage, right?
I mean, come on. That felt like a decent test.
You're still leaning yokai?
Yes, I am. Hold on. Where are you? Are you here?
Do we just need to go watch for dots from the truck or something?
Nah, just gonna hunt down again. Well.
Oh, well, that was nice having smudges.
That was awfully close.
She
Saw
got
both of
so
them
close
burning.
to us.
Saw both of them burning.
Oh, God.
Hold on. Still no freezing. Hold on. Where are you? There's dots, dude. No effing way.
I hate it.
No.
I hate it. You're so fucking much. You kidding me?
This has to be a yokai, right?
Yeah. What else? Like nothing else could have early hunted and been normal speed.
Okay. Let me do a little foot
Okay,
test
'cause
here.
That one hunt that I smudged her, it felt like she was not listening.
What's the range on a yokai? Is it 2.5?
What's the range?
2.5 or
What?
3.5? Its ability
2.5.
to sense electronics and jazz. I think it's 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
2.5.
if I'm 2.5. Thank you. Thank you guys. Matthew, thank you. Wow, dude. This is 100% a yokai. Did we get the bone? Yeah, dude. Did we get the bone by chance?
Yeah, it was a hand in the garage.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a yokai. We can leave.
Okay.
Wow.
85 years later.
So
she
are
gave
you
us
telling me
dots.
that
I
this
just,
thing-
Like, you gotta be kidding me.
You're telling me that this thing actually used its ability as we were talking near it? I'm sorry, a yokai that actually works?
For once, I guess.
I feel like
'cause
when I know
was-
it's a yokai and I try the test, it doesn't do anything. But
It
we're not
won't- it
trying at
doesn't
all, and
care,
it was
yeah.
hunting instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. You have yokai in the book?
All right. Well, I do.
All right. Good times. Great oldies.
Please.
Yippee skippy. I'm gonna write this down. This ghost is just full of crap.
This goes to the sentence.
And it took 1,500 years for it to decide to show dots?
Welcome back.
The real question is, how many times?
Is it? Yeah, I'm like, is it gonna say that it used its ability?
0.
What?
So, okay. So,
And I changed favorite room 6 times.
so, okay. Hold on. I'm going to have a stroke.
Yeah.
So,
What? Okay, but what counts as its ability on the board?
wouldn't the ability count as it hunting whenever a player is talking near it?
Because you would think so.
There's nothing else I could think that it would be.
I would think so.
I would think so too, because that's
But-
its ability. Is its ability to hunt you 80% or
But I'm
lower
not-
if you're talking near it.
I want to say I'm not as smart as you, so I'm gonna defer to you.
Listen, it's just a memory bank of that and 90s nostalgia. There's really nothing else there.
Just ghost information in 90s nostalgia.
So I wonder, like, it makes me wonder because that really felt like it was actually doing what it should have been doing, but the book
There's
says otherwise.
No way. Yokais hunt at 50% sanity. We were not at 50% sanity. I'd been in the map for 30
No
seconds at
way.
most.
There's no way we were at 50. That means it would have used its ability, which means that it's not counting that in the journal. I mean, in the board at the end.
I guess.
Every time you speak near it, it temporarily jumps to an 80 threshold. I guess it's not an ability. It's a. So if that's not an ability, so does the yokai even technically have an ability then?
I don't know.
have
Tiga
to
says
do
the
some
ability
search.
counters have been off, but I feel like you have questions to ask.
Yeah.
I feel like-
So that would
So
mean
there's-
if that's what it is, then it technically doesn't have an ability, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like that should be the ability. Because if talking near it causes the hunt, like that to me is an ability.
Right. Yeah. The fact that it early hunts because you were talking near it, that is an ability.
Right.
Like that seems pretty plain.
It's too
and simple
lazy.
to me.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's like the Revi. I mean, the Revi doesn't like it obviously has no ability in the book, but yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I guess the Revi is more like the yokai during a hunt to me because the yokai, you know, you're trained to have it hear you, and it can't
Right.
hear you within that distance. So I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
don't know.
not the same, but it feels more similar to me.
I got nothing. I don't know. I think it's going to be the last one for me, though. It is past midnight. Rev got the wheels.
That is fair, and it's Monday, so the week is just getting
Uh-huh. We are just starting off.
started.
Friendo, thank you for
Well,
the
thank you for the
games. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry,
you.
The last one was such a
But we got
pain
it,
in the
though.
ass. We did.
We
and
did.
We stayed alive.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right, friend.
Thank
I will
you
see you
so
later.
much. Yes.
Thank
have a
you.
good night. Get
Bye.
well soon.
Bye. My word, man. Oh my God, what a ghost. Good grief. YouTubes, I appreciate you, friends. We're going to go raid on Twitch. If you want to come hang with us, I appreciate you. Oh my God. What a ghost. What a freaking ghost. Guys, just a quick friendly reminder that this Wednesday, we will not be doing our typical whatever Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be us raising money for the American Heart Association Ghost Hunts for Hearts in partnership with them and with Kinetic Games. So we'll be playing some Phasmo. You guys will have the ability, if you so choose, to donate to do things to me in the game. I will have all of that set up for Wednesday. Yeah, I might have other things as well. There might be, I might have the new version 7 of Bean Boozled, which should be here tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, Tatted Babe, this community is full of a lot of really warm-hearted, amazing people. Yeah. Gross. Yeah, there's a couple new flavors, Phoenix. Not too jazzed about them. Not exactly jazzed about it. Chaffee, oh hi, friendo. What are you doing? Young, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome in. Welcome in. Mr. Chaffers, what's up, friendo? So it sounds like so much fun for you and your stomach. You're gonna enjoy it. Dude, I'm like exhausted right now. I was fine I was fine for a while. Oh my god. I was fine, but that ended fast. Oh, I have the wheel to spin. This is perfect timing. This is perfect timing. I just need to fix what scene it's on. Up, 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 up. All right, let me fix where it is. Where you at? 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 That should have fixed it. Hey, there it is. There we go. Hanging out for trying to get some sleep, dude. Chaff. Same here, man. Same here. Alrighty. Let's spin it. The daily wheel spins are back if we reach our goal. They are back. And it's gonna be a sub. Sweet. All right, let's open up our tool. Oh, Blue Devil, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Wednesday's gonna be fun. Maybe. There's no guarantees it's actually gonna be fun because it could be bad for my stomach and for everything else. Sub. All right, friends, if you are not subscribed, this is a really great opportunity for you to get a free sub. All you have to do is type the word sub into chat and you are entered to win. If you are already subbed and you decide to enter for funsies, you are going to have to pick somebody that is not subbed to win. But type the word sub in chat. You'll be entered to win. You only have to type once and you're good to go. I'll give you guys like a minute. I'm going to put a 60-second timer for myself in front of me. When that timer is up, we will go. But yeah, every time we reach the daily goal, this is now back. I have the good wheel spin. We might bring back the bad wheel spin at some point too. I don't know what for. We will see. TBD. Once we get to all tier 3 items, then we're going to be able to do some more stuff too, because I have some ideas. Just a matter of getting there. So I'll be doing some level grinding here at some point. I mean, Wednesday I can do some of that, I guess. Yeah. What's on the bad wheel? There's a couple things. What was there for a while was like spicy bean boozled. The gross sodas were a part of it for a while. I need to revamp it and add some different stuff to it. I need to do a little revamp. Didn't notice until way after because I was eating and watching the stream. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, if you're ever curious, if you ever get gifted and you don't know who did it, if you check your notifications, you can see who did it. Do you remember if I came in stream at all last year? I can't remember. I think I did early in the year. I could probably find out, Chappy. Because yeah, you can. I mean, you were in the stream. You were in the stream last year. Yeah, November. Yeah, thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, we can. I can see chat logs. Yeah, yeah. All right, friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The volume is good, right? Yeah, good. Okay, go. A lot of shit going on. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I totally understand, Chaff. It's a lot, brother. I appreciate seeing you, man. Damn, it's a long day. Holy shit. Whoops, late. Oh, there's always next time. Always next time, friend. Oh, my Chaffy. I'm sorry. I hope you're better, dude. Lads! Lads! So close. So close. Perfection. Lads, GG's, friendo, GG's. I got you. Give me a second. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Maybe. There we go. There we go. GG's friend. Enjoy the sub. GG's. All right. Your boy is tired. I am tired. It was a long freaking day, man. Lots of running around. But we are going to go raid. We are going to go raid. Yes, Mr. Chaff. Yeah, of course, lads. Of course, of course, of course. Run another one of those giveaways and I'll sponsor it. Mr. Chaffee. Mr. Chaffee. We will do one more because Chaffee said to do it. Super exhausted from work. Yeah, I understand. Catch stream another time. I appreciate you. I'll be live again on Wednesday, friend. All right, well, we're doing it again, except this time I'm going to make you type the word goo. All right, well, type the word goo in chat and you have another opportunity to win if you didn't win this last one. Mr. Chaffers, I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Finally healing. Good. Frickin' good. Frickin' Chaffee. This one, we're going to do, we'll do another 60 seconds. We'll do another 60. See how fun it is just to make people have to say whatever you want them to say to be able to enter something? We could type something really crazy in here. We keep it pretty simplistic with sub and goo. I'm fairly certain there was a day with fart just to see an entire chat full of it. But yeah, you only have to enter once, chat. Once you guys have entered once, you're good to go. That is it. It could have been poop. Oh, maybe that's what it actually was, Logan. It could have been. Yeah. A good one would be why. I'll make everyone say why. Can you imagine joining in on that? Chat full of fats. That's right. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ride. Chat full of farts. Good God. No, don't actually fart. Can you imagine if it was possible to listen to everything chat said, like, audibly? How crazy you would go? And it goes to Infidel. I would hate that. Yeah, that would be pretty awful. Missed by 2. Missed it by that much. Oh, Infidel is actually already subbed. Oh, that means you have to pick someone, friend. Like, I would leave permanently. That means you have to pick someone, friend. Well, which of these beautiful non-subscribed homies is going to get it? It is your choice. That is a Chaffers. There we go. It is going to Basher Kim. Basher Kim. GG's, friend. GG's. Let me cross that out. Boom, 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 boom. Song is a bop. This is a good song. I agree. Oh, Chaffee, thank you so much for the gifted, man. Thank you. Well, there you go, friend. Enjoy the sub. Enjoy the emotes. All right. Well, I'm going to officially turn into a pumpy can. So, friends, if you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next is for you. If you're a creepy little tier 3, we adore you. That is for you. We are going to go raid because I am freaking exhausted. I'm going to go straight to bed. I'm not going to work on squat. I'll work on content stuff tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm excited for Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Another opportunity for us to raise money for an amazing cause. All May we raised money for St. Jude, so that was a blast. And then spending Wednesday raising money for American Heart Association is going to be great. So we have a goal of trying to raise $500. That is our goal. I have a little info there for you guys. I'll update the individual incentives. So that way there will be things like make me use the curse possession or make me get hugged by the ghost, stuff like that. So I'll add all that stuff for Wednesday. But you guys are amazing. Thank you for another great stream per the usual. No, thank you guys so much. Thank you for always stopping by. If you're not in the Discord, the Discord link is right there in chat and the rest of the socials too. I post on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, all the things, all the stuff. It's all there. It is all there. So thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys on Wednesday for more fun. And then I will also be planning a day for where I cosplay as Shrek, because that was one of our goals for our St. Jude campaign. So excited. Friends, I love you all. I will see you guys on Wednesday for more fun and more shenanigans. Peace.